Quit hiding in the bushes now. Come on now, hit that like button, share and subscribe now. I know you peeping. Quit hiding in the bushes now. Come on now, hit that like button, share and subscribe now. I know you peeping. Quit hiding in the bushes now. Come on now, hit that like button, share and subscribe. From me, you and they try to buy your pretty heart, but price too high. Baby, you got me like your love will not fall apart. So you can put me again and throw me against that wall. Baby, you got me like won't you stop loving me? Don't quit loving me. Just stop loving me, yeah. I'm dead. I'm the flowers just to get close to you. And I run for miles just to get a taste. Must be love. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, you guys. It has been raining for a few days here. We did have some warm weather, but it's turning a little bit cooler since the rain started. But how everybody is doing. Shout out to, oh my God, too blessed for you. You know how to start it off right. This old lady, thank you for the $3 super sticker. And while I'm at it, you guys, thank you guys for anything that you guys do for me. The super sticker, the cash app. Thank y'all for being my members, old and new. I appreciate y'all. I really do. Looks like I'm going to be moving back to Huntsville, you guys. Ooh, Lord. Yeah, my brother, the living situation that I had with Joe, my brother Joe, not working out so well. So I'll be moving back in about 30 days. I'll be back there, moving back to Huntsville, you guys. I guess y'all feel like I ain't never left since I'm down there all the time. Yeah, my family home is down there with my mama, the house that my mama died in, my sister lived in that. So I have to go there every day. All the old memories of mothers is in that house in Huntsville. So I'm going to always be attached to Huntsville. My mama buried out there too in Huntsville. So I'll be attached regardless of where I go. I'm going to be forever attached to Huntsville. Along with my mother buried down there, I will be going back and forth to Huntsville. Anyway, Cheryl Michaels, hello. Don't get offended if I don't see, sometimes I don't see the cash app, y'all, and don't never see the cash app. They come on my phone, super sticker. I just don't see them, so don't get offended if I don't see it or I don't acknowledge y'all. But I do get them. Later on, I look it up and I get it. Okay, Miss Pinky not gonna be here today. She is entertaining her in-laws, and they having that wonderful baby shower. So I told her, enjoy yourself, enjoy that brand new baby coming. Yeah, it's new to her. While I lost count of all my grandkids and great grandkids. This her first, y'all. So here's the cash app. It's just Black Titanic, and I have a PayPal man also. And I'm thanking each and every one of you for whatever y'all do for me. Also, let me just do the house rules. All things on Black Titanic channel is for fair use. It's for entertainment and educational purposes. Just my opinion and my guest opinion, and all thing is allegedly. Town Renee. Hello, Town Renee. Renee. It's so many Renees in this family. Look like that. Everybody's middle name in this family gonna be a Renee. Oh, Helen Renee Griffin. Helen Griffin. We got so many people in my family named Helen Griffin too. And Helen Renee Griffin. Yeah, Deborah Griffin. Angela Renee. I go on and on. Denise Renee. On and on and on. And we spell it just like that. Renee. Okay, who is this? Too blessed for you. You surely bless me with the super sticker. That's the way y'all have to start it off, with the blessing grandma with the super sticker. I sure can use it, yeah. A good afternoon. Hello. Here she go, y'all. Y'all match that. Y'all match that $3 super sticker. Everybody give me $3 or more on here. Y'all can match it. Sometimes I say sometimes I can hit like over 1,000 people on here and don't have a $2 at the end of the thing. I talk for 2 hours, thousands of people on my chat and get $2 for 2 hours. Now y'all know I be feeling a certain kind of way. And if 1,000 people gave me $1, just $1, 1,000 people gave me $1, that'll be $1,000. That's just me calculating in my head, y'all. Oh, I appreciate y'all anyway, y'all. I'm just talking shit. Anyway, there go Miss Deborah Jackson. I'm gonna get to the commentary. Y'all know I do my Black History first. Today, Black History is about women's empowerment, Black excellence in women's. And I'm telling y'all, what came to my mind is Miss Van, y'all. They over there trying to scandalize this woman named that Bedbug, when this woman is an author. Oh Lord, y'all got to order some of them books. That book where I think it called Usher, where the first lady discovered that her preacher husband ain't what it's supposed to be. I gotta get that book. I gotta see what Miss Ben went through with her preacher husband. Cause I just saw one on Ivana Fix My Life. I still like that, where the lady was the first lady, but they were separated, and nobody in the church knew that they were separated. But he had all these women, messed around with all these women in the church, getting all these outside babies in the church, and she would put her clothes on every Sunday as if they were still together and pretend like she was still with that man, till Ivana came in there and straightened that head up, y'all. Y'all seen that? About that preacher with all them women? And she was taught to just stay there. And they got mad at her when she separated from him. Her family was mad at her because she separated from that man. That man kept having babies on her, and them sisters in the church didn't care. Oh Lord, some of them sisters in that church, they don't care, y'all. They be in that church. They had that Bible. They be wearing their dresses long, like as if they got all these morals, but will sleep with your man in a minute. Yeah. Excuse me to some of y'all Christians. I know a lot of y'all not like that, but y'all know that stuff go on in church. But they got to thinking, I got to get that book. I wonder what Miss Van went through. Miss Van went through some stuff as the first lady in that church, y'all. Y'all need to go get that book. I did put I put that book out, and it was the last one I put up, what she was all about. That book right there. And of course, y'all know she got all the children books that's out. Yeah, I got to get my granddaughter some of them children books. But those of you that don't know, my first book is a children book. It's called Hickory Hood Village, you guys. Yeah, I need to put that up. Yeah, Miss Van started encouraging me to bring my books back out, my little children book back out. Yeah, so Miss Van is an author. in the community. She's so much more than an author. She's so sophisticated and she carry herself with morals and values. And then you got that blogger decide to release that tape or old bed book over there putting her mouth on this woman. This woman don't do nothing to nobody. Even with the show, you got the rest of the mothers clowning with the young people on the show. You never see Miss Bear get out of pocket with them young girls on that show. She know that those girls are her daughter's age and old enough to be her daughter. She don't get on there and clown with them daughters. She leave it up to her daughter. She have taught her daughter to be an adult and handle adult situation. You got Miss Wonder. Every time somebody open their mouth about Tisha, here come Miss Wonder. Miss Tisha is older than she's older than Melody. Everybody up there on that platform was older than Melody, yet they act like little kids. Tisha gotta have her mama. And here come, now we got another one, Stormy Mammy. Stormy Mammy, here she come now. She got to take up for Stormy like they little bitty kids, but not Miss Van. Miss Van taught her daughter to stand on her own 2 feet, to be dependable. Don't say the sister, now she'll be there if she have to for her daughter now, as far as kind of getting caught in the street. That ain't her style, but I know because I saw that in that parking lot out there. Miss Van was right behind her daughter. Because anything would have went down where they would have been swinging, Miss Van would have been swinging too. Excuse me, Miss Van, it's just me saying that, but I'm sure you weren't gonna let nobody stand up there hit your daughter, and you weren't gonna join in the fight yourself. Yeah, y'all know what she said about this woman. Y'all know exactly what Bedbug said about this woman. It's just trifling. That's how her mama acts. So she figured everybody else's mama should be like her mammy. Trash that don't care about their children. You got a lot of mothers out here that cares about their children. And if the children come to them and saying that they've been violated, you got mothers that do take care of this right away. Look at Melody. This man got mad at Melody because Melody did what she's supposed to do as a mother. Her son coming home all bruised up. She did what she's supposed to do, was report it. Take her son to the hospital, get him checked out, and from there, that's all you got to do. You ain't even got to call the police. When you get a child look like they've been abused through that hospital, they going to report it themselves. But anyway, yeah, she did what she's supposed to do as a mother with little Tank. Yes, she did. And you got all these pygmies criticizing this woman, saying that she just did that because she was mad at Hotel. Turned around and tried to make this woman to be the abuser when all she did what she's supposed to do for her daughter. Then Big Boy gonna come out and talk about this woman being violated at 5 years old. Now, it may be true, but it may not be true. But still, that's a sensitive subject for anybody to endure. Anybody to endure, to make fun of. They giggle. Y'all know Coleslaw that got that. She got a giggle that makes you think she crazy. Like, she giggles when she thinks she'd have said something where she capped. Yeah, giggling at this woman, and this woman really was a victim. And then not to mention, this woman pissed me off. She telling us to move forward. I'm not moving forward. I said that I did not want to. I said that I did not ever want to report on this girl, but I cannot let it go. You want us to move forward now. Yeah, y'all. Move forward so they won't have to be checking in on me. Move forward so they won't have to be investigating all this mess I done did to Melody. All this harassing cyberbullying that I done did to Melody. I need y'all to move forward because that RP tape might be coming up and y'all still got it up, bro. Yeah, move forward because I done repent. But no. I'm not moving forward, honey, Until I see you go to JAIL, where you belong at. Yeah. And this right here, Melody, I hope you heard what she said. And she buckled down, y'all, after she said, that about Melody being 5 years old and being violated, that her mama, she went to her mother and her mother didn't care. Well, we know she throwing off on herself. I figure that's what she was doing. Then she turned around and justified. When she clapped back, she said something just as more disgusting, you guys. She said that it ain't like you've been a 10-year-old sucking on suckers. Y'all know what I'm talking about, the kind of suckers I'm talking about. Yeah. She said, yeah, I said what I said, and I meant what I said. I was in my feelings. But it ain't like y'all, or y'all know what I mean, 10 years old and on your knees sucking on suckers. Yeah, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Then she stopped at 18, y'all. Y'all, did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear this nasty-minded, twisted girl? Hot Melody, you got to get your kids away from this woman. God forbid she don't see that there's no problem with a child 10 years old doing that with a grown man. She said it. She giggling and said it. God forbid what she may make your girls do. I'm telling the truth, y'all. She don't think there's a problem with it being 10 years old. That's why she can do it so well. She's so experienced in it. Somebody had to be doing this to her for her to think that this is normal. That was the most disgusting. And then I went off, y'all. I gotta apologize to Knox now, because I went off. Knox running around there talking about something he's seeing ghosts, right? So I had to go back to the root of it. She got him watching nothing but horror movies. He don't watch no damn Spider-Man. If he do, Martelholt tried to come in and change that image from Scream to Spider-Man. Yeah. But this little boy right here, I'm telling y'all what I said. I showed the movie Scream. And I showed her sitting down with Scream on, and she told me something, yeah, my son is a prodigal son because he could imitate that man in Scream. We do know what that man do in Scream. He do serial crimes. Serial crimes. And then she had that baby making them faces. And he acted like he'd be so happy to do it. He had a little sound. He put a little sound with it. Making it over and over and over. Talk about how he's such a prodigal child because he likes to watch those movies. And let me tell y'all something. Paris sit up there and turn the TV off a screen. Or Chucky. Yeah, Chucky. She said he liked Chucky too. She turns the TV. She want to get up and knock her to the floor. That's what she says she'll do to her. You turn it that way and knock you down. My son like Scream. That's all he like is horror movies. That's all he not. Perry's like, no, well, mommy, he gonna have nightmares. No, mommy, that's not good for him to watch. And she make Paris turn it back. He cannot watch no cute little cartoons in that house. This girl trained this boy to grow up to be a serial. You know what? Y'all know what became well deleting people, just deleting people for the fun of it. That's what she trained him to be. Now he ran around begging this woman, Mom, I see ghosts. She think it's funny he don't have nobody to help her. So I said those are evil spirits. And then I showed a picture and said, you're looking at a person with the eyes of an evil spirit. But that wasn't what I was trying to say. I was trying to say his eyes. He see evil spirit with his eyes. That's what I was trying to say. Not that this boy himself was an evil spirit. Evil spirits are real, you guys. Those spirits are real. And when you go to church, they're not equipped to deal with it. Although it's in the Bible, they call it demons in the Bible. How, they cast out demons and they run into the pig. The pig ran into the water. There's evidence that they do exist, you guys. That's all I'm trying to say when this little boy's saying that he see spirits, ghosts, and all he's saying is he see evil spirits. I'm not calling him evil. That I wasn't trying to call him evil. Some of y'all got it mixed up. I'm saying he's seeing evil spirits. I hope I correct that with his eyes. All right, you guys. He's just an innocent child. He don't have no help. And Martell need to get this child. He need to get this child, and this child need more counseling than all of them. This boy, baby, running around here at that age, he's supposed to be laughing and jumping and playing and just be a joyful. Every time I look at my grandbaby, they laugh until they be making me sick. Sometimes I don't be wanting to play, but they still just joyful and just happy and cheerful. That's how kids are supposed to be. They ain't supposed to be running around there looking at violent stuff, and then he repeat this violent stuff. Hotel. Yeah, and then another thing, I want to get this out the way. I'm going to give y'all some attention. Let me put this up. I got a bone to pick today, right here. I'm going to put this up here on the screen. Ooh, where is it, man? I hope it came out. What's on here, y'all? Uh-oh, it's not up here. Anyway, I was trying to put on the screen where Pinky, y'all do know that Pinky was doing Martell, right? Pinky did Martell, and what she did was pull up his bankruptcy, right? She pulled the bankruptcy up, and the bankruptcy has some interesting things on there. Martell. Right after they got a divorce, Martell was working without a license, right? He's working without license, and this one particular customer checked him out for Hoax and Hoax Home. Hoax and Hoax has a great reputation, y'all. So, and just about all the houses been rebuilt or built or had an add-on with Hoax and Hoax. So he's still pretending now. He knows he don't have this license and tore these people house up. Just tore the house up, y'all. Tore it down. Just part of the house because they want to add an addition to the house. And then he kept asking them for money, a little at a time. I think 20,000 here, 19,000 here, 4,000 here. Anyway, end up, he got 75,000, almost 75, almost $76,000 out these people. He quit coming to work. He did the same thing my soul going. Y'all two got the same kind of mess going on, deceiving people. He did the same thing my soul did with Miss Joy. He did the same thing my soul did with Zen Garden. Only these people right here was some customers. They wanted to build on their house. The man took the money. He never did come back. And that's when they started investigating. They started investigating, found out he was working without no license. They finally got into contact with him. He had the nerve to tell them people he ain't coming back because he filed for bankruptcy. He'll be back once the bankruptcy case is over with his stupid self. I can see why he ain't passed no license. He could have got somebody that worked for these people. I'm going to tell you, so he could have got Fred. He could have got Fred to finish that project. That's what he could have did. But no, he didn't want to split that money. So now these people going through court. They still going through court over this issue. Don't say somebody said that they thought that they were in on it as an insurance fraud. These people was not in on this, y'all. These people's house all tore down for what? And then they out of $75,000. That's what they out of or more. And then don't forget when you're going through the court system, you got to pay all these court fees and all that stuff. But to end up, let me tell y'all how this man get by with everything. Men, end up, they honored that discharge that he got, the bankruptcy, because he filed bankruptcy. They made a mistake. Martell got away again. He didn't have to pay. They honored the bankruptcy, right? All right, well, the people put him back to court. I guess they got a lawyer and they had to retract that because they made a mistake. They didn't know nothing about how he was working without the license and all that stuff. And so now he's got to pay. But meanwhile, they're going to tell the people, file something through your homeowner insurance or something. She may be able to get some of it back. But right now, that's what he's dead. Now, the problem with this that I got is you content creator, right? It came from my home girl. Those of you that follow me, y'all know who it came from. Pinky the housewife. Pinky the housewife. I had nothing to do with this. I do know about it. She was trying to get me to put it out because she was too busy to put it out, dealing with family problems. But I wouldn't. I said, that belonged to you, sister. You paid your hard-earned money. You did your research. You knock it out of the ball pen. She sat over there and did this thing on Martell owing these people. This blogger gonna come over there and ask her, could she share that? Could she have it? Of course, Pinky was happy and I was happy too. I'm waiting for this blogger every day to put it out because I want to see how she was going to do her. Everybody got their different minds. This woman did not give her credit. Her name wasn't mentioned nowhere. She put this woman's shit up there as if it was her own, didn't mention it, and it just hurtful. It hurt Miss Pinky. Miss Pinky said she could have called my name. That's all she wanted to do, y'all. Y'all need to give these elders, me too, the same respect that y'all give these other content creators. When y'all get some from these other content creators, y'all gonna say, well, I got this from so-and-so, so-and-so. I got this from so-and-so, so-and-so. But, I don't never mind nobody getting that from me. I don't mind. I know Trina love contracts, and I didn't have that problem with her. She shout me out every time she gets something from me. She gonna make sure people know that this is where she got it from. But no, not this content creator. She get this woman contract and did not tell her nothing. Now I turns it on to different channel, different video. They rolling with. But who did it come from? It didn't come from her. It come from that first, the other content creators whose name they calling out that put this out, that put it out. Here it is. This is Pinky stuff. Yeah. Yeah, this is Pinky stuff. This it right here, y'all. This is it right here. They putting it out, but won't give this woman credit. This is where it comes from, and I'm giving her credit. When y'all see this out about Martell tricking these people and working without license, and at least y'all know, and they had to take him to court through bankruptcy. This is where it comes from. They not gonna acknowledge her, so I am. I'm gonna acknowledge, and I'm gonna tell her this where it comes from. I done watched everybody, all those who participate to spread it. Nobody giving this woman credit for her work that she did. And she paid $69. That's how much she paid for this. But for you to come in and hijack and pretend like you got this tea that nobody else ain't got this tea. You got this tea. And you got this tea from this woman, this elder. I don't care about nobody using what I put out. Just holler me out. And see, let me tell you, I did that before too. I have slipped up. I be doing intent to shout out where I get some from. So what I do is I go back and edit and just write it in under the edit and your comments. But please get this woman credit. And then the thing of it is, we get paid by the amount of likes that we got. This will this block some of her likes, her money, because that person maybe got 18,000. I think that person got 13,000 views or 15,000 views, and then Miss Pinky got about 3 or 4,000 views. Why? Because they rather go over there to the other content creator and see it from there. Now the original content creator, what? She loses out on money and she loses out on views. But who done did all the work? Who done did all the research? Who done paid the fees? The person that's getting the less money and the less views. Now I'm done with that. Let's get on to this. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Because it's not right. It's just not right. All right, you guys. Here is, we're going to do our Black history first. The 2 Black scientists, female scientists, you guys. That woman that did that cataract is saving a lot of people lives that have never even been able to see before. Miss Bath is the one that do the cataract, and Miss Crook is the other Black scientist. Let's get it out there. I'm using Miss Crook invention right now while I'm talking. Right now over StreamYard. Yeah, this is one of her inventions. Miss Crook, Black excellent. Trisha, yeah.
I worked very hard with my team.
Doctors Marion Croak and Patricia Bath will soon be inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame. Against huge odds and through science, they've persevered and changed our lives. Dr. Croak is a vice president of engineering at Google and holds some 200 patents. She's credited with bringing us voice over the internet while working at Bell Labs.
There was a decision made to combine the data and voice networks, and many different alternatives were looked at for that, and I was a very strong proponent of trying voice over IP, to have an internet network, a network that connected people through the internet and then put voice traffic on it. And many of the colleagues that I worked with at the time doubted that we could ever make it work.
But Croak, who grew up on Manhattan's Upper West Side and graduated from Princeton and USC, would not be deterred. She and her small team worked tirelessly to put voices over the internet in a reliable way.
It took quite a lot of time and effort and failure to do it, but we eventually got it done. And I guess the rest is history. So you and I are talking over voice over IP right now.
That technology is the basis for much of our communication, especially during the pandemic.
Many times when you're making a wireless call, definitely when you're making a call from your home phone, you're using voice over IP. And in all the communications that are going on now through Zoom and Meet and other technologies, other services are using voice over IP.
The technology has also been adapted in other ways. American Idol used it to allow viewers to cast their votes in the talent contest.
Coach, the first person to make it through tonight is?
That led Dr. Croak to another idea, instantly raising money for those in need.
I mean, we could do it for something like American Idol. Why couldn't we do it for people who are suffering from some sudden tragedy?
Croak says it's an honor to be inducted into the Hall of Fame.
I'm happy that there was recognition for the work that had been done. It was hard work at the time, but I'm glad that people have been able to use the technology so much, especially during this pandemic.
Dr. Croak will go into the Hall of Fame with another New Yorker. Dr. Patricia Bath created and holds the patent on a type of cataract surgery that she invented back in 1986. It's called laser phaco.
Laser phaco is a new technique in which laser energy, rather than ultrasound energy, is used to fragment the lens nucleus.
Dr. Bath is a CUNY alum, having graduated from Hunter College before going on to Howard University Medical School and Columbia before landing at UCLA. She died in 2019, but she was the first African-American female doctor to receive a medical patent. Her daughter, Dr. Erica Bath.
My mother determined the way to use lasers. Lasers really hadn't been applied successfully for cataracts, and so she figured out the frequency, the temperature, the amount of time to really bring that type of technology to cataracts.
Dr. Erica Bath is an associate professor at the David Geffen UCLA School of Medicine, where she holds a number of leadership positions. She says her mother's invention used a smaller probe that allowed for quicker recovery times because the incision was smaller. Patricia Bath also co-founded the American Institute for Blindness, and while interning at Harlem Hospital, she discovered that African Americans were twice as likely to suffer blindness and 8 times as likely to develop glaucoma as their white counterparts.
What my mom noted was that at Harlem Hospital, at the eye clinic, there were no surgeries being done, which was different at Columbia, where they were doing ophthalmic procedures.
A woman who accomplished many firsts, she got surgeons from Columbia to come to Harlem Hospital and perform the first eye surgeries there, and developed a community ophthalmology system, providing eye care for those who couldn't afford it.
I would love for her to be remembered as a, visionary, innovator, pioneer, trailblazer, humanitarian.
In the meantime, Dr. Marion Croak has a message for all thinking of going into science-related fields.
So I would encourage young women, people of color, to please join me in pursuing STEM and just working in technology companies. We need you. We definitely need you.
I'm Mike Gilliam for Simply Science.
Shout out to Black Excellent, Mary Crook, and Miss Patricia Bath. About 3 or 4 years ago, me and my comrades went down to Tulsa, Black Wall Street. It was the 100th anniversary. Some survivor was still alive, and they were asking Biden for reparation. He showed up, but he stood firm and stone cold face. No, you're not getting reparation. That's what he told the survivor.
Library. There are chili houses, cafes, restaurants.
Community of necessity. It was a segregated enclave. Black folks couldn't apply their trades or purchase goods and services in the larger white community, so they created their own economy. That economy became successful because Black folks did business.
In fact, money, dollars, could turn over 5 or 6 times.
In Greenwood, you could, as a Black person, you could advance. And you had a number of individuals in the community that were prospering.
So you're looking at Tulsa, Black Wall Street, you guys. In addition, they had airports.
We noticed she was kind of stumbling. She kind of had a head tilt.
All right, you guys, world. This is the photo is by Color Me Entertain. But Nubian TV, NubianTV.net. Don't forget, yes, you can have it all. It premiered February 23rd at 9 p.m. Nubian TV, you guys, don't forget. I think it come on tonight, 9 p.m. tonight. Don't forget Nubian TV, you guys. Don't forget it. Not Nubian TV. Well, yeah, NubianTV.net. But don't forget Shanetta's World. Yes. And there's something else I saw on there, too. I saw some Black History. I'm going to be covering that. Yes. So Shanetta's World is coming. Also, Melody got an Easter egg hunt coming up that where she's giving back to the community as well. Also, y'all, don't forget about the is it Mimosas with the Millimeters? That's coming up too. That's this month. So y'all keep an eye out. Google the correct time for Shanetta's World. I think it's every Saturday on at 9 p.m. It started on February 23rd. And go to Nubian TV. You guys support Nubian TV. Yeah, and as you can see, let me take this down. As you can see, also this month, uh, you can see Mimosa with Melody in the Mellometers, you guys. A black tie affair, you guys. Y'all want to go looking good and all dressed up with, okay, special guest is going to be Hill Hopper, you guys. So don't forget, y'all, I can't see. I can't see the date there. Somebody see the date, write it in so that people will have the most accurate thing. I can't see it from here, but it's this month, I believe, at the end of the month, right here in Atlanta, Georgia, you guys. Sure, Howard, I'm asking you to come up to be my co-host today. Pinky is okay. You said okay. Drop the link. Yeah. So okay, yeah, correct me. Yeah, that's right, y'all. Correct me if I'm wrong. Shanita World is on Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern time. That's right, Miss Toffee. Y'all correct me. And then she got an Easter egg. She also giving, as usual, giving back into the community. The Easter egg hunt is free as well. Y'all know she been doing so many things. The Nubian come out. Nubian TV came out. The Charnetta World, I mean, just blasted all the way through this internet. Oh, y'all, the Millimeters did her right with that Charnetta World. And then guess who? Like clockwork. Here come bed bug like clockwork, thinking she gonna outshine Melody. But she can't outshine Melody because her mind is always in the trash. Okay, here we go. Thank you, Miss that's why I like to call y'all my co-host, Mimosa with Mel, March the 30th. Okay, it's March the 30th, y'all. What time? What time? Y'all find the time. We gonna get it. We gonna get it, Melody. Okay, March the 30th. So y'all be looking out for that. And y'all know, like Atlanta is like in the center. Atlanta is like in the center. So if you're coming from different state, it's right there in the center. So it don't look like nobody's coming too far, y'all. So Friday night, Shanita World is on. And I'm going to be keeping up with that Black history that I saw. I'm going to definitely be reporting on that. I don't know if that's that's going to be a documentary or what, but that's definitely going to be my niche. I was glad to see that Black history there. To Be Real says she loved Nubian TV. And yeah, you guys, we got to do her right. What do y'all think? Now y'all gonna talk to me. Talk to me. Did y'all know about Black Wall Street? They talk most famous they talk about is Black Wall Street. We had so many of them just coming up right after the Civil War. Shoot, we were building this country anyway. So what did we do? With the work for ourselves. We unified. And when you unified, you could get something done. Now I remember as a little girl being in Bessemer, Alabama. They used to call it Birmingham, B-O-M-B, not Birmingham, Birmingham. I think Birmingham has so many bombing going on. And so what they would do when they destroy one community, everybody just pitched back in, build one house at a time, y'all. You would pay for it with your own money. Y'all pull your money in. Okay, Miss Jones' house that got bummed. All right, the community all pitched in together, buy the bricks, the woods, whatever they need to do, build that house. Then you go to the next house. That was what you call unity. Yes, we were unified back in the day, and they kept tearing them down, and we kept building them back up. You guys. Hey, Cheryl.
Hey, Ma, how you doing? Grand Rising. How
Grand
y'all doing?
Rising. I'm into the Black history. I'm talking about Black Wall Street. Mr. Gurley, let me tell y'all something about that land. They sold that land to Mr. Gurley, and I forgot the other man, but it was two of them. But I just can remember Mr. Gurley's name. That's one of the owners that bought that land. They thought it was swamp land. They didn't want the land, so of course, they're gonna go ahead on and sell it to black people. But come to find out, the land was full of oil. That land,
Mm,
inside them building on their own, the land was full of oil. So it was more than just coming back to take care of these getting jealous over them building nicer home, but they took the wealth too because all that oil was on that land.
wow.
Uh-huh.
You learn something new every day. I didn't know that. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
And I went to for the 100th anniversary. Me and my comrades, we went down there, and it was packed down there. They really was honored. We went to honor the living. You had like four of them still alive. They was way up in their hundreds, still mind sharp. Remember
Oh,
everything.
God bless.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah,
God
and
bless.
what pissed me off when we went to the part where they went and asked for reparation, Biden stood up there so cold face. They didn't get reparation, of course. He just was this cold face. Then turned around that same week and gave all of Afghanistan over here, every last one. He had millions of dollars that he poured into them right here and to come over here in this community. Start them off with big, nice homes that some of for me and you probably could never
That's
afford that
right.
they were putting them in. Yeah.
Right. Hmm. That's
They
how it
said,
is.
mm-hmm.
We always get the short end of the stick. We always have, but now it's black excellence now. So we're doing it now. It's
Yeah, we've always did it, girl.
right.
You'll
That's
never
right.
get the credit. Y'all know Miss what's her name died and nobody knew. Never gave her no credit. Miss Bath, that's the one who did the cataract surgery. She
Oh,
died
okay.
like three years ago. Nobody gave her no recognition. I guess because they don't give these black women's
No,
credit.
no, they don't protect us, and they don't give us the recognition we need. That's right.
When y'all go, anytime y'all go get an X-ray, y'all think about Miss Bell. That woman right there created them X-rays, and people that could never see, she made it possible for people to see. That's
Hmm.
Miss Bell, and then Miss Croak. I call her Miss Coke, but I think it's Croak, how they pronounce it. She made it possible for you and I to be up here on StreamYard. I
Right.
mean, the voices that we see, able
Hmm.
to hear these voices. It's all over the internet when you talking, the IP that you hear, the voices. She made it possible. That's Miss Croak. That's the other black woman. Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wow. Tell you, it's
Yeah.
black excellence. We've done.
Black.
We've done a lot. Hmm.
Hmm. Now
Great.
let's get to Miss Van. That's who I want to talk about. Now, Miss Van, y'all saw how this girl tried to scandalize Miss Van name.
Well,
Scandalize said that Miss Van, when she was over there talking with the original straight no chaser, that Melody, well, this young girl was violated at 5 years old, went to the mama. The mama didn't care.
so did you hear?
It said that she was a side chick.
And she got the nerve to talk. Did you hear her in her live that live when she was sitting in the car with Paris? Did you hear her say she lied about it? Did you hear
No, I didn't hear that part.
when she said? I think someone in her comments, I guess, was saying to talk about the audio, and she was like, "Oh well, I lied about that. I was mad. I lied about that." So I said, "Oh, so you lied about it?" Now she lied. I'm surprised you didn't hear that. If you go back to that live, you'll hear her say it.
Yeah, but I was. You know what? I didn't get that far. I also when she said that about she doubled
Yeah,
down. when she doubled down and talked about little kids in elementary school sucking on some suckles. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I heard it.
Yeah, and then she want us to move on. No, she want us to move on now.
No, she should move
Yeah,
on.
yeah, we're not moving forward. She said move forward. Tell me she's gonna repent and she moving forward. Yeah, cause she don't want all this cyberbullying and all this revenge piece. She don't want us to mention that. That's why she want us to shut up and move forward now. But no, we gonna stay right here with you, babe.
Right.
Right
It ain't
here.
gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. So period. She never should have involved herself in it. She never should have involved herself in someone else's marriage. That's what she shouldn't have done. She involved herself. She inserted herself in another woman's marriage. For one. And she need to move on because all she talks about is melody. 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 If it ain't melody, it's Martell. She need to move on. She need to move on past this demon that she's with now. But is she gonna move on? When she will move on when she move on. But we're gonna continue to talk about it. Whether she like it or
How could a woman mind be so twisted? Y'all know they always talk about other men's violating kids, but women's violate kids too.
right.
That girl said, that they be, oh God, I can't even get out my mouth. But anyway, she's saying little children as young as 10 years old, it's just normal for them to suck on them suckles.
She's sick. She's
Yeah,
a
grown men's wee wees.
well, she need to speak for herself because nobody more experienced at it than her. Period. That's what she keeping her mouth on a regular. And he's still cheating and he's still running around and he's still gonna AB her. That's why the karma's coming back on them like they are. She took all that mess. She better stack her coins because he might be allegedly, and in my opinion, going to jail. He done ripped that couple off. He committed grand larceny. He might be somewhere. They might lock him up. She better stack her coins instead of being on live, not getting monetized and working for free. Well, she ain't working. She never worked in her life, but she on there for free running her mouth. She better start stacking those coins because that's a lot of money Martell allegedly stole, in my opinion, from that couple.
And ain't no telling how many people
Right.
he done did like that.
Right. Who tell how many more people he's done like that? He might be facing time.
Yeah, and he got. It looked like it appears they got the same old scam going on.
Yeah,
My
him,
folks did
Marco,
the
all of them.
same thing. Yeah,
All of them. All of them.
yeah.
Scammers.
If you go through this Marceau, now you go through this Marceau public record when you talk about the income tax, he got on there that he worked for Hopes and Hopes, Marceau.
See, lying.
Yeah. So he worked for Hopes and Hopes, not that he was part of. He ain't never worked for Hopes and Hopes.
Right.
Never.
When he ever
That's
worked for
melody. Huh?
I said, when he ever worked for Hosts and Hosts? When he ever worked for them? When?
Mm-hmm. Let me get over here. I'm finna put the commentary up.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
You
want me to go down, Miss Blacktock?
No, I'm gonna put you on to the side. But me, I'm finna read what they say before I do. So just stay right there.
Okay.
She is trifling. Yes. I couldn't let that go, to be real. I couldn't let that go. When instead of her to really apologize and say she repented, she gonna bring on these little girls doing fellatio with old men as young as 10 years old. Y'all heard that mess. That bothered my spirit. And then to think that she got them kids over there with her. She would she got Mariah. She be around Mariah during the day. Tank, Boss Baby, and a little sugar mama. And she wouldn't hesitate to, in my opinion, a woman like that will force a child or train another child to do that because y'all heard what she said. As young as 10 years old, that they could suck some wee wee. Yeah.
I mean, she is so disgusted, and I'm hoping. Well, I most likely all that's being sent to Melody anyway. So that's all. I mean, she can get a restraining order against her. Keep her away for those kids. She can get a restraining order. I ain't telling her what to do. I'm not presuming to tell Melody what to do. She can do it her way. But if it was me, she would get a restraining order, and she
Well,
definitely would get a lawsuit for
yeah.
everything that she put out. She would get a lawsuit, big time.
Now,
Period. I
yeah.
don't care if she don't have money.
Well, you know what? That's my very reason for pulling this up. I'm sick of her trifling mouth.
She is just
I
trifling.
pulled it up so that hopefully Melody could see this. Look what this man got around your children.
Right.
Her mind, she got this dark, twisted mind about little girls, ages of 10, as early as 10 years old, doing that to grown men. That's in her trifling mind. Her
Right.
mind is trifling, and I be and who that age that she's around. Melody kids is that age that she named that she think is normal for them to do that.
Just disgusting, just low life, disgusting cretin. That's what she is. A low life, disgusting leech. That's what she is. That's what she is. And she need triple therapy. She need triple psych evaluation. Martell need psych evaluation. She need triple psych evaluation. She is sick. Just a sick, twisted, just demon. Period. To talk like that about a little girl.
Some little girl,
Or
10.
any girl, she could
Yeah,
talk any
and
little girl.
she started out with male, and now she then the next day she gonna triple down and talk about other little bitty children doing that. So let's see the real Nikki said it sounds like coleslaw was touched SA at a young, and
Mm-hmm.
she's projecting her family life onto Mel and
Mm-hmm.
Miss Van. And that's
Mm-hmm.
yes,
Yep. Yep.
yeah,
Hallelujah.
that's
Hallelujah.
right. That's it right there,
That's
Miss
right.
Real Nikki.
That's right.
And Rod Daniel said, yes, that's where she got that lust spirit from. It's a lust spirit. Yeah. And,
The,
and some of these old trifling people, they love to see little children, like voyagers. That's what she was describing.
just sick in the
I
head. Just
wonder, I
sick.
wonder what's on her computer if you did her computer.
Hmm. You'd be
I wonder
surprised.
what would be on that computer.
You'd be surprised. What's on it? That girl is sick in the head. And hopefully she can get a restraining order to keep that sick, nasty, disgusting woman, girl, not woman, girl, away from those kids. Period. And I thank God that Mel's kids can talk. See, they can communicate, they can talk. They tell her everything. So
Yeah.
there's nothing the kids ain't gonna tell her. Anything go down, the kids are gonna tell her. They talk very well. Sugar Mama talks very well. I mean, her son is seeing, allegedly seeing ghosts. Is he seeing a ghost or is he seeing demons? Which one is it? Because I
They
believe
the
that's what it
same.
is.
They the same thing because
The same thing.
evil. I call
Mhm.
it just evil spirits. That's what
Right.
I call them. Yeah, and I didn't mean to say that he was evil. I'm talking
No,
about
he's seeing evil stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
he's seeing evil stuff, and
Yeah.
I got an unedited video where y'all go back on. Ain't a lot of y'all seen it, but I
Hmm.
put it out there because I
Hmm.
want Melody to see that I didn't alter that one. I got it on here, but I altered this one for the sake of yeah, y'all. I'm trying to be monetized, so watch what y'all say. Be colorful with your description.
Hmm.
But anyway, Miss Mary Brown said I watched a video on YouTube where this blogger said that Martell needs to get a DNA test on Knox. So Knox, he claims Sugar Mama don't look like him. Who do goddamn Knox look like? Knox don't even know who his name is. Who
You're
is that
right. He
man
said his
name?
name is Miles.
Who is that?
Who's Miles? I think Miles is the man that plays Spider-Man. If I'm not mistaken, he think he Miles. They got that baby so confused. He don't know if he going or coming.
Yeah. He's Hope. He's now he's Spider-Man. That's the new one. Now he's what else they got him? I know he hopes. Maverick,
Maverick, yeah, Mavericks,
Knox.
Knox, a Holt, a Son, and everything else. That poor that baby is just confused. As confused can be. That baby don't have a chance with Martell and Ariana's parents. he doesn't stand a chance. I can tell you that now. And in 10, 15 years, 20 years, that boy gonna end up being the Michael Myers of Huntsville. If
Yeah,
they don't get him the help he need, I'm telling you. You think Martell and his brother was they terrorized the neighborhood. He gonna be 100 times worse. You know, he's seeing ghosts and all. That's not good.
yeah, and so let me go ahead on. I'm gonna bring up the thing now, y'all. I know y'all waiting. All right, sure. Let me see how I'm gonna do this.
Just sick. Just sick. Ugh.
This one is Martell. It's from Terry Heights, y'all. Yeah, we're gonna go look at the roots of what's going on with this fool. This man right here is something else. Alrighty, you guys. Here we go. Martell is from Terry Heights.
Yeah. It's a lot of niggas take, and I don't entertain it. But then you gotta give me more. If you don't want it like me, I can take, and I don't entertain it. But then you gotta give me more. If you don't want it like me, I can think about anything. I could be going right now, wasting my time. Try for you, but you gonna see what's good when a nigga full of promise. That's the thing, baby. Don't you know I'll let these niggas really get it back? I'm just saying, boy, you baby, you gon' let it wind up. You got 24 seconds and it's starting right now. I got
Yep, you got it. You just saw Martelholt as a child studying for the builder test. But let's just look at this. Martelholt's biography, his age, birthday, his parents, and his network. Martelholt is a real estate agent and reality TV personality whose fame skyrocketed following him starring in his own reality series, Love and Marriage Huntsville. While the show is entirely almost married couple, it featured him and his ex-wife, Melody Hope. Moving on along now. Now, check this out. But behind him, Jocelyn Cabaret, Atlanta, Zeus. I got to tell y'all something. I didn't know whether this was a true story or not, but word is on the street that Zeus Network turned coleslaw down. I don't said that she was in front of those judges, and you know what kind of judges they have on, such as, I don't know, was Jocelyn, I don't know who it was, but they say that though she was auditioning for something for Zeus, and they didn't want her, and she went in there talking about she was this bad bee, and it set the girls off because they wanted to know, what have you done TV personality wise? Why you gonna come in here and think you gonna outshine us, and we the OGs? We the OGs of the bad girl club or the bad girl network. Well, this is gossip, y'all. This is all things allegedly. You tried to get her on Zeus, and that didn't work, bruh. Said the girl ran off stage crying because, she tried to act like she was bad when she got in there, and she left running. So yeah, that's the story with her and Zeus. Zeus, you tried to get this woman on Zeus, and they didn't want her. What makes you think OWN Network want her? Okay, Martell, so you tried to get her on Zeus. So, Holtz and his wife ran a multi-million-dollar company named Holtz and Holtz Entrepreneurship LLC. In addition, girl, check this out. He is an author who is Martelholt? Y'all, they just got his birthday and all that on here. He divorced. And how much he worth? $20 million, you guys. Martelholt, they say, is a reality star, entrepreneurship, and author. Now, I want y'all to pay attention to this, where he was, the book that they say he wrote. Of course, there go Miss Van. That's the mom. Y'all know who she is. Miss Van. How old is Martell when he got married? Career. I hope this in there. After 7 years of unwavering, Martell and Melody founded their multi-million-dollar company and branded it by their last name. He's a successful entrepreneur. Here you go, y'all. Look at this. He has also ventured into the writing industry, where he has written and published the book, The 9 to 5 Entrepreneur. He published The 9 to 5 Entrepreneur, and then this other book, 12 Questions to Consider Before Taking the Leap. When did Martelholt put that out? 9 to 5 Entrepreneur. What book did he write, y'all? $20 million. We got to discuss this. This is Black Titanic. Looks like this is Martelholt's place. Looks like y'all see that truck. I thought they were moving stuff in, but they are. They fixing, I don't know what that is, but they're installation. Hey, hold that camera to that house over there for me. They putting up installation and
oh, that's a nice house. Look how it's made at the top. You can't see the
door open. Let me see what they're doing. Thank you, Stephanie. Yeah. Y'all can see I'm still here. I'm out here. Yeah, that door is wide open. Huh? Just somebody working on one of those. I don't know. It ain't none of my tail. Hello, how are you? Just filming the house. I said I'm just filming the house for the Love and Marriage Huntsville show. What y'all installing? Okay, y'all, I just got a few minutes. I'm on Martelholt's property. They still working on it. As you can see, the workers are there. They installing something over there, but let me go so y'all won't see behind. Hey, y'all, I got my, what's that say? God said go shirt on. This Black Titanic. I'm actually over here filming the house where Martelholt is at, and they are putting something in. I don't know what they're putting in. Looks like something, but y'all can see they still working in the house. They got the lights on and everything, and anyway, this is Black Titanic signing off at Martelholt's site. So this is Terry Hikes. Whatever happened to Martelholt? I did Terry Hikes before, but it was like in the winter time. Whatever happened to Martelholt and Terry Hikes? He said, I don't ever want to go back to Terry Hikes. Now, if you can see, you guys, that's the clinic over there. But if you can see, it's nothing wrong with Terry Hikes. They're just a working class. It's a working class community, you guys. And I remember being over here, living over here, yeah. As a matter of fact, my ex owns some houses, or rent some houses out over here. This is, and this is the elementary school. You can see it, pull up right there, over there, the elementary school. But this is Terry Hikes. Let me go this way, y'all. Okay. I wanted to get out and walk. I'm gonna park right here and walk the streets. This is Terry Hikes, you guys. What really happened to Martelholt? why don't he like Terry Hikes? This is where he wasn't protected when he was a child or a teenager? And my thing is with Martell, it was you guys. I'm gonna go over here, you guys. It was you guys, you and your uncles and all them brothers of hers that was terrorizing the neighborhood. Now, across the street from Terry Hikes, you guys, we had a project called Mason Court. And they used to call it Vietnam because, some project, that's how Mr. Drake Mr. Drake, still looking nice. And Mr. Drake's, yeah. So, let me go this way, y'all. Let me let y'all see over here. This is Terry Heights. I used to live on Barbara Drive, y'all. And so this is the community that he complains about. Only thing I could think of, Martell, is that something happened to Martell. This is Terry Heights, y'all. Look at here. Something happened to him. What happened to him? I do not know. What happened to Martell? I don't know, you guys. I just don't know. And for some reason, he felt like he wasn't protected as a child. He said that himself, you guys. Okay, y'all, let me do this right. I'm just going to the neighborhood. Terry Heights. This is Terry. It's a big neighborhood, you guys. It's really huge. The neighborhood is really huge, yeah. This is Terry Heights. Yeah, Terry Heights, you guys. Okay. Black Titanic, hit that like button, share, and subscribe. This is Terry Heights, Martelholt's neighborhood. What happened to Terry Heights, y'all? Just to show y'all the neighborhood, I'm gonna get out and walk. So if you look at Terry Heights, these people keep their neighborhood up. The neighborhood is well groomed, and they keep their properties up. If you want to look around, just showing y'all. Yeah, just showing y'all how neat and how they take pride. These people take pride in the community in Terry Heights. So let me see. Back there, houses back there, down that street. I just want to show y'all how well manicured they keep their homes up nice. They are blue collar workers out here, you guys. These people, they're not rich, but they do own their own homes out here in Terry Heights. And this is where I'm at. I'm actually in Terry's Heights. That brown house over there, I think that's Dr. Drake's homes over there. So, back in the day, everybody lived together. The doctors, the nurses, the lawyers, because we were segregated. So you had a lot of important people that stayed out here too also. So there was a lot of positive role models. So Martell is a liar when he said he did not see no males in Terry Heights. That's impossible, you guys. But anyway, you guys, I'm finna tune in. I just want to show y'all, get out and walk the neighborhood a little bit, my old neighborhood, a little bit. I can remember having lots of fun out here. Yeah, I used to come out here and we would sit in the backyard, play space, and sing gospel songs. Yeah, they used to have some bootleggers house out here. But anyway, this is Mrs. Griffin. Mrs. Griffin, talking about myself. Anyway, you guys, this is Black Titanic coming to you live from Terry Heights. So y'all can see Terry Heights coming to you live from Terry Heights. This is Black Titanic. Hit that like button. I want to explore Martell. What happened to you? You always say that every time. I can't go back to Terry Heights. So Terry Heights is not no ghetto. What happened to you? Is this where you felt unprotected as a child? Is this something happened? Tell us, Martell. Tell us. Black Titanic, hit that like button, share and subscribe. Tune it out from Terry Heights. Y'all remember when Martell was picking with Marcus? He went after Marcus, and Marcus says, I'm he said, I'm from the Heights. Oh, what happened in Terry Heights? Millie Holt's brother reminds Martelholt that he is from the Heights, Lincoln Heights. There's a Terry Heights and there's a Lincoln Heights. Lincoln Heights is the project, y'all. Terry Heights is not. But according to Martell, he and his brother and his mother have lived all over all the projects, you guys. And Terry Heights is what he talked about mostly. Terry Heights, I don't know what happened to Martell and Terry Heights, but it just gave him PTSD. But anyway, Melody brother reminded Martell that he is from the Heights. Melody Holt's brother reminds Martell Holt he is from the Heights. Lincoln Heights to be exact. This is the first time he did prior to the breakdown he wrote on his board. Okay, right here. His daddy is a Strickland, y'all. Y'all want to know more about the dad? I know they're Stricklands. I do know that. I think his first name is Theopolis or what. But the Stricklands are in Huntsville. They some pretty good people, y'all. And sometimes you can just have that one bad apple in the family that just won't stay in and out of the jail. But what I knew about the Stricklands, they were all good people. And there you go. Let's just see what we got going on over here. This is when him and Marcus was into it. Okay, let's see. I'm trying to focus mostly on the dad. Martelholt arrested for what? Martelholt seemingly arrested in Alabama for domestic violence and harassment. He back on Dr. K. Oh, this man got to be the stupid man in the world. Just got out of the slammer for harassment and get right back on the platform and start it all over again. So here's his dad, I'm going to call him Mr. Strickland, Theopolis or whatever is his first name. He's right here. They said that he's trying to make progress. This had to be a little sugar mama, ain't it? I don't know. But, yeah. And, he said he make a stride with his daddy, yeah.
You're not listening to what I'm saying. You're not paying attention.
I teach you. You can't beat it.
That's Martell taking a pill and
It's simple. It's simple math.
Okay, son.
You know this.
Listen, son. The answer is 5. So if Johnny got 2 apples and his friend gave him 3 apples, how many apples do he get?
12.
Listen, maybe you didn't hear me. I say the answer is 5. So if Johnny got 2 apples and his friend gave him 3 apples, how many apples did he get?
18. So 2. 5. Perfect. If Johnny has 3 apples and his friend gave him 2 more, how many he got? 50. No, where the fuck you get 50 from? If Johnny has 3 apples and his friend gave him 2 more apples, how many apples does he have altogether? Not 50, 80, 42.
Well, you just got to listen to Martelholt try to pass the builder license test. Now I still love and marriage. I still got so many people on there. Which one do you choose? There's that millionaire. We Millionaires is the name of this. Millionaire Martelholt, who cannot pass an open building test. You got the We Millionaire. What's her name? The Scotts. They millionaires too. Yeah, you got them. They are millionaires as well. Yeah. Pass that test. Martell, when will you pass that open building test, right? And never going back to Terry Heights, he said. Oh, God, they ran your ass out of Terry Heights. It's like Martell and Bad Boy got something kind of. Martell feeding the kids popsicles for breakfast. Oh, yeah, we know about this. I got this from Chrissy time.
That's what we like. As for me and my children, we like steak and eggs, preferably with strawberries and sugar on top on the side. That's what we like. As for me and my children,
You guys. Him and Bad Bug do the same thing, y'all. It's Chrissy time on her Facebook, y'all. He can't afford a nutritionist breakfast. Hashtag Melody Cherie Rogers, Martelholt. He's the most unbothered person. Lord have mercy. And it's Chrissy time. And you have the
that's your Spider-Man son. Because y'all just...
My stomach hurt from eating all that candy this morning.
Now stop yelling, okay? No, say yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You want some apple cider? No. No, ma'am? Okay. It's some apple cider. You don't want to?
His stomach hurt. Food is gonna cramp his stomach even more. Ooh, Lord.
I don't think my son said his stomach hurt. I don't think, but did it?
She just don't care what we know what, y'all. Look at that.
No. No? Okay. Cute little. I got these from Walmart. We already had breakfast. He's fine. So if I want my son to have a half of a popsicle at 7 a.m., my son gonna get a half a popsicle at 7 a.m.
What a great mom you
Here, remember, please. Harry, that girl. Let me stop. But right, moving forward. Like what? I got 2 kids to raise. I thought y'all was gonna come and do what? Who? Yeah, I thought y'all was about to. Who? I said what I said when I said it, how I felt. That's what it is, and y'all don't know the background story of anything. When I get ready to talk about it, I will. But until then, that girl still moving effortlessly. 12, 11, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18. And the stories y'all
Okay, guys, I'm back. I just had to go
me
do
and my
something
daughter got a
real
lot
quick.
of stuff to talk about.
We just let the dog talk right quick.
Oh, wow.
I'm sorry.
Take that out of there.
12, 11, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18. And the stories y'all don't have to tell y'all kids. Me and my daughter got a lot of stuff to talk about.
She talking about little kids sucking on these suckers.
Take that out of there.
12, 11, 13, 15, 16, 17, 18. And the stories y'all don't have to tell y'all kids. Me and my daughter got a lot of stuff to talk about.
That's my hair, y'all. My daughter getting ready to do my hair. That's it, you guys. Yes, that's it. That girl is trifling. What I did,
Lord.
She is trifling. She's talking about little children, and how would you trust Melody? Do not trust your kids around this woman. Women do things to little girls too, and little boys. Her age category is start from 10. See some of those pedos, they are fixated on certain age. Her twisted dark man is fantasizing little kids at 10. But
Of
they do.
course.
That's her mind. She fantasizing about this, y'all. Ain't no telling how many kids this girl done helped violated uh with grown men.
Hmm. It wouldn't surprise me. The succubus. That's what she
Y'all see
really
my
is.
hair? That's me right there sitting in the seat.
Yeah, it looks pretty. It looks pretty.
Yeah, I just washed it, and she getting ready to do something, child. She
It looks
getting ready to
pretty.
do something with it, but we got a party scheduled today, so and
Oh,
she gonna
okay.
get done today with it.
Yeah, okay. This
Okay, sure,
it's just
sure.
sick.
What
I tell
is?
you, she the succubus. This girl here is the succubus. I'm telling you, this is an evil, twisted, sick, demented woman, a girl. If she really is to even talk about something like that, but it just show you this is why Martell got with her because she's both demons match the same. They're both the same. They both come from the same cloth. That's why he been with her for as long as he been with her, because she's dumb and she's evil, and hopefully that audio gets to Melody. I'm
Yeah,
sure she have it. I'm sure it was sent to her. I'm sure. Melody's going. They're gonna rock with Mel. We're gonna rock with her.
yeah.
It was
That
sent to her. Huh.
that's right. Get that to the judge. This is why your children can't be around her. She is allegedly talking as if she a pedo.
Right. That's exactly what she sound like.
She sound like she a pedo getting off on little kids.
That's exactly what she sound like. That's why I don't believe she got Paris. I don't believe she has Paris. I don't. Because I'm sure the father, like everybody else, is on social media. Ain't no way I'm gonna believe the father, Paris' father, having seen all this stuff that this girl been doing on social media. Everybody and their mama's on social media. That's why she don't have Paris. That's what this is a good mother. This is a good mother. Yeah, okay. This is not no good mother. She is despicable, just despicable. And she jealous because she didn't have the kind of mother that Melody have. She didn't. Her mother ain't nothing like Miss Van. Nothing like Miss Van. Allegedly, her mother. I hear she a side chick too. Allegedly, and got kids by different men. Allegedly, this
Yeah,
girl is sick.
Martell, how you gonna defend this, Martell?
Right,
She's sitting in that car.
right,
She's sitting in that car talking about little babies
right,
as young as 10 years old
right,
doing things to grown men.
right,
Those are victims. I can't, and then she grinned behind it.
right. She find it funny. She find it
Yeah,
funny, and then
talking
she
about little babies being victimized. She doubled down on it. It was bad enough that day before when she talking about Melody being violated at 5 years old. Now she come back and name 10, 11, 12,
yeah,
13, 14,
yeah.
15, 17 years old.
Yeah, and she want to know why Martell violate her. Now she want to know why Martell violate her. Why he go upside her head, allegedly, and in my opinion, this is why karma don't discriminate, honey. It don't discriminate. This is why she's being violated right now by Martell. That's why he violating her. Same thing. You talk about somebody else and a child, please. She gonna get hers. Every dog got their day, and that dog is gonna get her day real soon. Turn it right over to the judge. Turn it right over.
A
Maybe
pedo.
maybe could put her under investigation.
Yeah,
Please.
a pedo. No wonder
Yeah.
when that content creator came out with that about Paris being violated,
Right.
she have just act like ignored it, like it was just something, wasn't no big deal.
Wasn't no big deal. No.
And
This
now
why.
we know why. Look at her mind. It's normal. It's
Mm-hmm.
normal in her mind. This girl.
Sick. She's
And
sick in the
then
head. Sick.
she said it so sucking. She said it so sucking on them. On
Right.
them suckers. She said it so nasty and with great force to it, and then
She
put
is
the
nasty.
ages behind it. 10. Oh my God.
She
That
is
that
nasty.
that just threw me. Oh no, I'm not letting you slip.
Hmm.
No, ma'am, you're not getting away with this. I'm not turning my head for this. I've been said I was gonna stop dealing with this girl, But that right there, oh, ain't none of y'all pedos gonna get away from me.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
I'm gonna put
That's
you
right.
on blast. You talk about
Exactly.
violating little kid, yeah, I'm gonna put you on blast.
And all that mess she said, it could possibly go to the judge. Periods. And now let's see what she do then. Because at the end of the day, I'm surprised that she hasn't been reported already. All the stuff that she been coming on social media with. There's
Yeah,
somebody that reported her already.
yeah.
Allegedly, and in my opinion.
I know they'll take that last video down because that's talking about violating little children, doing harm to little children.
They could take it down, but it's been screenshot. People
Yeah,
have it already.
yeah.
Too late. They always putting something up and taking it down. It's been screenshot. So take
Hold
it
on,
down.
Cheryl. Hold on. I'm putting this link out. Y'all come on up. Let's talk this female pedo is what we got.
Yeah, that's
A
what she is.
female
Yeah,
pedo.
pedo. That's what she is.
That's what
That's what
she
she is.
is.
That's what
I'm
she
not
is.
letting this slip. Y'all heard what came out her mouth. And then
Yep.
you got the same. How old is what's her name? She 13, ain't she?
Paris.
No. I'm talking about Melody little girl. She
12.
right at the age that she like.
12.
Yeah. She
But let her
nine.
put. If she that stupid, let her go. Let her try it. Let her try it.
Yeah,
Let her
she that
try it.
stupid. Yeah,
She that
she that
stupid. She
stupid.
that stupid. But she gonna regret ever putting her hands on Melody's children. She's stupid enough to do it. But some people are stupid, but not stupid. That's my thing. She's stupid, but she ain't that stupid. That girl almost bigger than her. She ain't
What
gonna do
about the
nothing.
kids in the community, man? I hope she
Disgusting.
having kids in it. And
Right.
some people, I know some mothers, they be pimping their little kids out.
Yeah. These are some
So she sound
disgusting.
like a damn pimp.
Yeah.
This is disgusting on a pimp little kids out.
She a pedo. That's what she is.
Well, yeah, you a pedo, and I'm not taking it back.
And me neither. 10 toes down. Pedo.
Yeah.
Ariana the pedo.
Yeah, you've been a
Period.
lot of things on here, like harassing this woman. But this right here, you talking so much that we know what's in your dark mind. That's why you dark.
That's
I
her
wonder if
problem.
you got any videos of little kids over there.
That's her
Oh, hey,
problem.
Queen.
She talk too much.
Welcome, Queen,
Hello.
Hello.
y'all.
Hello.
Hi,
How you
hi,
doing?
hi.
Hey, how you doing?
How y'all doing? How you doing?
I'm good.
Good, good.
I'm
Oh my
good.
goodness.
Talking
I,
about
I
this
was
this
cooking, so I had to slide in the side door with my church finger up. I was cooking. And I'm so glad you raised this point, Mama Oma, because I'm about to do another G check part 2 on that monster. She I'm really triggered again because I thought I was the only one who caught it. She also said if she was an older person, she would finesse a young man
Mm-hmm. She sure
if
did.
it was a young man in her shoes.
Mm-hmm.
So that
Mm-hmm.
tells you what she's seen most of her life growing up. Men using and disrespecting her mama. She got a turnstile like the subway at the back door for men to just put in a quarter and turn the bar over and come on in. It's just like a turnstile, the
Mm-hmm.
revolving doors you see at
Like a
Marshall
7-Eleven.
Fields. I'm
Like a
from
7.
Chicago. So like you go in and out of a lot of places in Chicago, you gonna go through a revolving door.
Yeah, like a 7-Eleven. Like a 24-hour
Just in and
7-Eleven.
out. Yeah. So and it's disturbing that nobody has checked her that's related to her. And if they have, it's not really effective. She has never had any correction. You see how she respond back to her comments in the live she did.
Mm-hmm.
Still very passive aggressive, but she talking about moving forward. It's as hard as they try to hate on Melody, they want to be like her so bad.
Right.
They
Sure
just
do.
won't leave her alone, even subliminally. Moving forward. How many times did she say she was moving forward?
Yeah, many times. She thinks she Melody anyway. You can't tell her she ain't Melody. Oh, God.
Right. So it's like, babe, child, listen.
Girl, bye.
I mean, this is an automatic. I don't know. The way I grew up, it was called street justice,
Mm. Huh.
and there were some untouchables, elderly, um, the pastor and his wife, children and animals, and disabled. So it didn't matter what was going on in the street. Everybody kind of knew those people who were untouchable. It was just an unspoken law. You
Mm-hmm.
don't mess with and trifle with and take advantage of that group in the hood. And if you did, it was gonna be street justice. You might get caught slipping and snatched up behind a dumpster somewhere and be all lumped up and scraped the fuck up. Then excuse me, I'm sorry, scraped up the next day. You understand what I'm saying?
That's right.
And it might be some witnesses, but won't nobody know nothing. I don't
Mm-hmm.
know. I don't know what happened to her.
Hmm.
I'm telling you, Ariane,
Uh-huh.
you got slapped down to the ground
Huh.
for a reason in the gym, allegedly, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. Hmm.
This the second, third, 15, 25th slap down, allegedly, in my opinion.
Hmm.
Okay, let's not let him slap you down where you can't get back up again. I'm just saying.
She's talking
I
about
mean,
she's talking about
she's
people's children. She better. I mean, she never stopped to think that when she's coming out that gym one day, you talking about what you want to do to children. There might be some people that may not like that, and then
yeah,
she decide to
cause
meet you at the gym. And then what you gonna do then too? Then now what you gonna say when you got 4 or 5 people out there waiting for you to come out that gym?
yeah, you
You
see
talking
what they
about
did to
children?
Shanquilla Robinson's
Hmm.
perpetrators. Look,
Hmm.
you see what happened to them and
Yeah.
at the what was it at the IHOP
Mm-hmm.
what you call parking lot,
Yeah. They got their behind. They got their behind handed to them.
dragged for dust with no
Mm-hmm.
crumbs left behind.
She
Keep
never.
playing. I mean,
Yeah.
like people need to stop playing with people's emotions.
And
Stop
children.
playing with their intelligence. That's
Hmm.
one thing I can't stand about a black woman. As much as I love my sisters, I can't stand arguing with black women, especially. I'll give Karen the business.
Hmm.
But I cannot stand seeing my sisters argue with each other, and I hate arguing with sisters. I can't stand it. It hurts me so bad.
Mm-hmm.
But we need to start having each other's backs and start calling this crap out for real, for real.
Hmm.
Don't just do it because everybody else doing it and you don't want to feel left out. I
Right.
can't tell you how many scrapes I missed just by the grace of God for being the squeaky wheel. I'm like, I don't care. Y'all can jump on me. I'm not letting this ride. It's
Hmm.
just some things you just have to say something.
That's right.
And I'm on her neck. I'm sorry.
Me too.
I'm on
Me
her
too.
neck.
Me too.
Until I get tired of talking about her, I'm gonna talk about her.
A lot of things that she said on social media she cannot take back, and she better watch her back. You talking about children, you talking about doing harm to children. I guarantee you, it won't take nothing for somebody that's more irrational than her and more crazy than her. I keep saying it. She don't listen, but then when somebody grab her, then she want to play victim. So let her keep talking all that stuff she's talking. Let her keep on. One
I'm
day,
just wondering how many children has she victimized?
hmm,
I mean, some people grow up to be, they be victimized, and they grow up and do the same thing. And then you got others that would be protectors. Like me, I was violated, and the first person that violated me was a woman. I didn't know what the hell. I mean, it was just the strangest thing. Just violated me. I was a little girl, but in the first grade. Yeah.
yeah.
So what she talking about? Yeah, women's are violators too.
Mm-hmm.
And then she gonna say she gonna teach Paris she don't want Paris to be a side chick. Paris not gonna be a side chick. With all the stuff all the gross vile things she done said in front of that little girl. She done said so many vile things in front of that little girl that is disgusting. Somebody eating her from the front to the back. You saying all that in front of your daughter. She already done heard it. She done heard it already. It's too
And
late.
imagine what she has to listen to at night.
Oh my
You
God.
know,
I don't even think Paris is with her. I don't care what she said. I don't think Paris is with her. I really don't. Ain't no way I believe that father after hearing all the stuff she's done on social media, all the stuff she's coming after Melody. It's hard for me to believe that that father wants Paris in the same house as her and Martell.
Mm-mm.
I don't believe Paris is there. I don't believe Paris is living there. I could be wrong. I don't believe it.
I feel the theory that I read online a few days ago that Ariane is bouncing around on purpose so
Mm-hmm.
that she can try to arrange herself to be a little bit closer to her the father's
Mm-hmm.
residence to make it keep up the appearance that she still has custody of her, living with her mama and all that, just so she doesn't have to concede to also being a what type of mama.
Mm-hmm.
And she clearly don't have no credit, no job, so she can't afford a place of her own. So that's why they're bouncing around like that,
Right.
trying to keep the heat off of them and make it seem like she's this hands-on perfect. I've changed. I'm doing for my kids now.
Not after
No,
all that.
you're not.
Not after all that mess she put on social media about A being young children. No, ain't nobody think that now. Besides those pick me's, her side chicks coalition that she got on TikTok. But after what everybody heard her say about children and A being children, mm-mm, nah, mm-mm.
You know what, Queen? I was thinking that too about her. I was on, I was glued over there to Queen channel. I couldn't watch it full, but I watched it full with Queen because she was breaking it down and explaining every little other segment. So that kept me glued over there when I was at Queen Comment. So y'all make sure y'all go over there and patronize Queen Comment, you guys. But I was going to tell you that I was thinking the same thing. If you looked at where she was at, where Knox was saying he was saying ghost, that is the smallest little stove I ever seen in my life. Look like a toy. Did y'all notice that?
Yeah,
That
most
stuff
section.
is so like a toy. So I'm thinking maybe she's in some kind of trailer. You know them trailers. Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
I'm
I
Trailer.
thinking,
do.
yeah, just bouncing from place to place, anywhere where she could find cheap to lay her head at.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's giving Airbnb
Mm-hmm.
all day, or those extended stays. You know how they're really. I had to stay in one a couple times 'cause I rode out a couple hurricanes, and they come in handy. Okay, when you
Mm-hmm.
about to get blown off the face of the map with a wind tunnel, but those they're convenient. And if you're in a hurry, they fit, right? You need
Mm-hmm.
something right now, couple nights, whatever, that last minute road trip or whatever. That's kind of they're living like vagabonds.
Mm-hmm.
Giving the Airbnb to me,
Well, she gives me trailer trash. That's what she gives me.
big time. Gypsy. Yeah.
She trailer trash. That's how I see her.
With a capital T.
Right. Airbnb is too good for her.
Well,
Let's
what
put her in a
y'all think
trailer.
about Knox kept telling her she thought it was a joke, but he was really fearful. He kept telling her that he's seeing these spirits, and she joking about it. And he's scared.
Mm-hmm. Didn't
Yeah.
even want to go in the room. Scared to
He's
go in the room.
tormented.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did
He's
y'all see my
tormented.
video? Y'all go back and look
Yeah.
at my video where she forced him to watch Scream.
Right.
Hmm.
Scary movies. Mm-hmm. I remember
He's
that.
too young for that. He's too young
Mm-hmm.
for that. No child should be exposed to that amount, a level of trauma on purpose at 3, 4, 5. Like I wouldn't even take my kids to PG rated movies and things like that when they were that age. That was just a no go. And everybody knew it. Otherwise they'd get lumped up. I'm like, don't have my child listening to that this young. Certain type of loud music, I just that's too young to be watching horror movies.
She had this boy. She got him talking about something. He is a prodigal son. He had to where he could make the faces like those serial killers. He
Yeah.
can make them good, man. And she come make that face, make this green face. Now that he makes it sound, rah, and then do his face like those killers and scream, and little Paris be trying to tell her that it's wrong. She get
Mm-hmm.
mad at little Paris and start fussing
Paris
at
got
little
more sense
Paris.
than her. She got more sense than her. And
Mm-hmm.
and at the end of the day, that's where it starts. Like allegedly, I'm hearing that he somehow hurt an animal or whatever the case is.
Mm-hmm.
That's where it starts. Like I said, 10 or 15 years from now, he'll be God forbid, he'll be walking into a school or something and
Mm-hmm.
unalive. This is what these people they grow up to be. Massacre.
Domestic terrorists.
Yeah,
Yeah.
massacres. They grow up and they say the devil made me do it. I heard the devil talking to me. Trust me, if she don't get Knox the help he needs right now, in another 15 years, 20 years, he gonna be worse than Martell and his brother ever been.
Well, she's
Yeah.
not going to get her no help because
I
she
know,
feel
I
like
know.
that's appropriate. She makes this little boy sit down and watch that movie
Mm-hmm.
about all that blood and guts and just doing what they're doing to these people. He watches it. Now
Mm-hmm.
he's addicted to it.
Yep.
Hmm.
Ariane reminds me. Ariane is a younger version of Marlene. That's exactly what she is. She
Yeah. And it's a
really.
psychological subliminal grooming,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of the things that she does is like programmed into her.
Mm-hmm.
The defensiveness, the immaturity, emotional immaturity, the
Mm-hmm.
excuses and all that. She stay on the excuse train and she
Yep.
want to sweep everything under the rug and out the back door.
Hmm.
But that's psychological subliminal programming, because I
Mm-hmm.
had lots of family members we can relate. We got them in our own family that expose children to inappropriate type of energy and situations that are just totally totally outside of what any human should be exposed to, let alone a child, you
Right.
know, forcing us to witness, our siblings getting corporal punishment. That's a form of grooming. That's abuse.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody line up, everybody gonna get it the same way. And you have to watch each one of your siblings get it until they get to you. I've had to do that. I've been through that myself personally. That's
Mm-hmm.
traumatizing.
I'm
My,
telling
my
you.
my brother used to have bad language, say too much profanity. I watched him get his mouth washed out with something that's traumatizing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I was only six,
Wow.
7 years old. You know
Telling
what
you.
I'm saying?
Wow.
So stuff
Wow.
like that, she's grooming both of them to be abusive. You hear how aggressive Paris talks back to her. She talked to Paris like she's a grown woman.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that. I noticed that that's all the little boy do. He's very violent. I
Hmm.
never seen that child smiling
No, he never
and
smiled.
play as opposed to every time you see Sugar Mama, she got this beautiful smile on her
Mm-hmm.
face. She's so happy. And then you look at him, and he just full of rage.
Yeah, he's
Mm-hmm.
very angry.
Yeah,
There was a lot of tension in that pregnancy, and there was a lot of
Yep.
stress in that pregnancy. You
Yep.
could see it written all over this little boy's face, all over
Mm-hmm.
his aura. And y'all know I read energy. I'm an energy
Mm-hmm.
bender. I'm pick up on what I feel, and it's
mm-hmm,
toxic from the womb. She has been
mm-hmm,
angry and seething and jealous and feeling very low.
mm-hmm,
This is why I was saying level up, because you have to raise your frequency above that hatred and anger and compartmentalize.
mm-hmm.
Melody don't owe you nothing, Ariane. Nothing.
Sure don't. Sure
You
don't.
set that stage. This is the fairy tale you wanted, you know? Now
And
you done stepped in it again. You better put the left foot on top of the right foot down your throat this time.
and you know that you're right about that during the pregnancy. Y'all do know everything goes through that
Sure
placenta.
do.
Not
Sure do.
only just the food supply and the nutrient, but any stressors, those
Mm-hmm.
hormones, stressor hormones you got, the anger hormones go straight to that baby. And don't you think he didn't come out knowing who they were? I mean, because he
Yeah.
done heard all this anger while he inside the womb. He
Yeah,
know,
Ariane
Right.
shouting while she
Right.
pregnant, shouting, hollering,
yeah,
cursing, swearing, fighting,
Yeah.
All of that is outside of what a expected mother should be doing, let alone being pregnant by somebody else's husband. We'll just stop there. But
Mm-hmm.
Possibly drinking it too.
neurotoxins, that's why they call it that. Neurotoxins.
Neurotoxin.
You know, you can have toxic energy that will
Yep.
affect you and your child. I was severely depressed after my first. I was only 18. I had
Mm-hmm.
no idea what intimacy was. I didn't have the guidance from my mother to give me the answers that I deserved.
Mm-hmm.
The clarity that you're supposed to give your daughters with their body, their femininity, hygiene, all of that comes from mom. That's your job. That's what you signed up for. It's not, oh well, don't talk to me. I'm busy. You have a girl. You have a daughter. Idiot. You're not teaching her about herself. You're teaching her how to garner attention in the wrong ways. That's why little girls wind up trusting these weirdos and getting compromised too young. Ariane, are you confessing something about doing fellatio at 13?
She said 10. Start at 10, boo.
10, 13,
Yeah.
11.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, we can go anywhere from 9 up until 12, 13, 14, 15. Are you confessing something, Ariane? That's what it's giving me. I'm confessing that I was doing this type of stuff at this age and that age. Is that why you have so much content to talk about with your daughter?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Come on
And then,
now.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who is she been making other little kids be around her do that? With, pimping them out?
We
It's
playing
something.
house?
Yeah,
Right.
playing house.
Right.
Yeah. 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 That's how she'll put it. Playing house and then have these little kids doing this to these adults. Y'all, that mind, that's a twisted mind. I just always thought it couldn't get no worse than her cyberbullying Melody. Now we see that she a pedo too.
Mm-hmm.
Allegedly. That's what
Yeah.
you say.
I,
You
Have y'all
normalize it.
seen the movie Antoine Fisher?
Oh yes. That's what it reminds you of.
There you go. Say less.
For those of y'all that ain't seen Anton Fisher, can you explain that to the audience briefly?
Yeah, Antoine Fisher is about a young man who was in foster care, and one of the foster care's the foster mother's daughter compromised him as a young teen, kind of young preteen teen, up until he joined the military. That was his out, was joining the military because sadly, the foster mother was using the foster children as a source of income, and she wasn't taking care of the children. And that was his kind of first introduction into intimate encounters with woman, was someone much older than him. And it really scarred him. And he went on a quest to try to put the pieces of the puzzle together of why he was, got so far in life without being properly socialized, in other words. Make a long story short, I don't want to give too much away either, but yeah, it's about uh female predators,
mm-hmm.
and they slide under the radar because they're
Mm-hmm.
females.
Mm-hmm.
you know
Mm-hmm.
as
And,
a former nurse and a daycare provider and a
mm-hmm.
preschool teacher,
Mm-hmm.
I've caught many of them.
There was something on the news to that effect too. A teacher who got pregnant by a 14-year-old in high
Yeah,
school. You remember? I don't know if you remember
I
that.
remember that. Yeah,
All over the news.
yeah,
yes.
she had to end up having a baby back.
Yeah, and then
But
thought she could be with him. Well, I hope they put her under the jail.
well, she out and they got back together because he grown.
Disgust.
Yeah,
It's
they together.
disgusting.
Last time I read that about 2 years ago, they let him out and she didn't leave the boy alone. The mom was raising that baby that she had by the boy's mom. And
Mhm.
yeah, so I was gonna tell y'all that it's hard for people to believe. Like you go to them and tell them, I was a little girl, I didn't know what I said she was making me suck her breast. And I kept telling, and they just were laughing at me. I was trying to tell
Mm-mm.
them, but the adults around me were laughing at me. And
Mm-mm.
the person that, no, not her. She was the deacon wife, the deacon. She acts so holy and stuff. Yeah. My then and then she always want to send for me. I quit going. That's the first time I disobeyed my mom. I told her I'm not going over there. No, I'm not. I told her what that woman be doing to me. She, oh, hush it, child, 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 hush that. Don't you know that women don't do nothing like that. I was telling mom, yeah, that's what she was making me do to her. Put me in bed like I was a little bitty baby. Wouldn't make me do that to her. I was like about in the first grade.
Oh,
Yeah, and I had it was traumatizing, and I knew it was wrong. I knew that shit was wrong. After a while, After a while, she came over to try to get me one time. My mama was at work. I got some scissors, and I would go, oh, she's gonna leave me alone. I got them scissors, and I was gonna cook her from A to Z. You gonna leave me alone. I was just a little girl. I was a little kid, but I knew that I had to defend myself because the adults around me didn't take it serious because she was a female.
yeah.
And that's how people like Arian, like little kids and like little kids, according to you, Arian, you said, goes under the radar because she's a girl. So would you wouldn't think twice about letting your little girl go there and play with Paris or something? See, she got Paris. Yeah. And you think your little kids over there playing with Paris and she got them back there in the bedroom somewhere. So this is allegedly, that's just my opinion, because she got a child at age and other people may be letting their children go over there and play. But she got other things on her mind to do to little kids that age.
And allegedly, in my opinion, to even get on social media and say that, not thinking that somebody might report you, they might decide they want to call CPS.
I'm doing it. I don't care if you know I'm turning that goddamn tape over to CPS. And
That's
I know
right. I mean, she don't think when you get on there and say this kind of dark, twisted, disgusting, sick stuff that somebody ain't gonna turn your behind in.
yeah, I'm turning
And they got the
it.
audio to prove she said it.
And then I need for y'all to bag me up because when I
Oh, I
find
will.
out who to give it to, y'all
I
start
sure will.
pulling her
I'm a
too.
witness
Because this
hearing her say it. Everybody's a
You
witness in
know
hearing
it.
her say it.
Yeah, you know it. We got you, Mama. You know that
Right.
already.
Got your back.
Yeah.
I don't play. I do not play. And Alabama is sorry and lazy, y'all. Let me tell y'all something. This little girl came to me. She got pregnant at 11 years old.
Oh God.
Right? She got pregnant. It was her stepdad and messing with her, and nobody wouldn't believe it. Nobody. And then Alabama, I had her back. I was taking her back and forth to the doctors. They confirmed it. He still was in the home. I'm wondering, when are y'all gonna take this man out of the home? What they did was let the little girl go stay with her grandma, but he still was in the home. They never would do nothing to this man. 9 months came back, the DNA, the baby was here. He's still in the goddamn home. I had to go
Oh
to
my
the
God.
federal. I knew somebody that was working for the federal. So I had to go through federal to way over the state of Alabama. Went all the way to Cleveland. The federal department was located in Cleveland, Ohio. I had to go to Cleveland, Ohio in order to get something done in Alabama to get this man removed out of the house. They finally got him in the house. They got him. He only got 15 years. He out now, y'all. And
Oh
can
my
you
God.
believe it? His wife called me and asked me, got mad at me because I wouldn't help her put no money on his books. And he back, yeah, he back with her. He back with the wife, but the baby, she 11 years old. She about 11 or 12 years old now. The little girl, she kept the little girl. Yeah, she kept it. Yeah. He out and she don't have that relationship with her mom because he got out, went right back to her. But see,
Oh my
I ain't
God.
seen it. Cause see, I've been kind of report because he's not supposed to be around children. He's a
Right.
registered offender. But
Yeah.
somebody keep telling me that he back with that mom, and I reported it. But they said that they can't go by no hearsay.
Right.
Mhm.
That's disgusting. You choose this monster over your daughter and
Right.
your
These women don't have no self-esteem, no self-love, no self-respect. They don't have nothing. Just
Mm-hmm.
nothing.
And I told them people, I'm breaking this cycle in this family. Them pedophiles in my family. No, you don't get no break from me.
That's right.
You,
That's
I
right.
don't care your butt go to church. You know, you're gonna mess up his name in church. You're gonna mess up the family name. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Cause he ain't.
No, that's another thing I want to unspell that lie is
Yeah,
the whistleblower is not the one that's causing the problems.
yes,
Okay, it's the one who created that. That's what I can't stand about the black community as a whole when we do this gaslighting. I'm blowing the whistle. I'm doing something that you should have already done. So don't blame it on me if the family name is messed up. Blame it on the predator. They messed up the family name by compromising and preying on children. I can't stand when people blame the whistleblower and want to attack the whistleblower. You know, why is it where this child had to carry a child at 11 years old? It's very, very taxing to carry a child to full term and give birth.
but yeah. They wanted me to lie to the cops and put it off on another little boy. Said the little boy was he was 15 and he was going. That's the one should go to jail because she messing with a 15-year-old. And the child told me she don't know nobody. The only person he wouldn't that thing wouldn't allow her to have no company or no little boys to the house. She was only 10. She 11 when she got. She said she started on a cycle at 9. So she, as soon as she started on her second, I asked her how long he been going on. She said since she was 5 years old.
Oh,
So, yeah. But yeah, she got a lot of problems, y'all. That girl got a lot of problems. I really, she didn't have no say so over this baby. She, they made her keep this baby, and well, the grandma, supposed to be help raising that baby, but still, that's rough on her. That's rough on her to have to look at that little girl every day. Yeah, and her mama too. Yeah, she got a lot of problems. Yes, she do. My thought, some of these women are sick. They protect
Sick.
these no good dogs over their own child. Just
Mm-hmm.
sick.
Just sick.
mhm.
That's right. Y'all see Arian ain't come out. She came out to protect Martell when we said that they had got in a fight, right?
Mm-hmm.
She have yet today to come out and for Paris, whether she want to say they lying or not. She have not spoke up for Paris and been on the blogs every season about this man touching on Paris. She have yet to say anything about it.
Hmm.
Just ignored it. Now I know
Right.
why. Because it's
Right.
normal to her ass. That's why.
Right. Right. And when it hit the fan, she put it out there. So when she started getting CPS visits and all kind of stuff, she put it out there, audio and all, audio and all. She
Yeah,
said
they
it.
see. I
The
don't know
kicker,
what happened to this case, but I believe that's why Dad came and got that baby out that house.
Right.
Right after that
yeah,
was what came forth. We don't see Paris no more. We just know that she be with her dad. So I believe that was stipulation on they would have put her in foster care somewhere.
Right. This is how
mhm.
dumb and delayed this girl is to
Yeah,
get on
she's
there and
better off
say,
with her dad and her stepmom
right.
because her stepmom is definitely a nurturing, beautiful woman.
Mm-hmm.
You could tell how she just handles Paris with the pictures that they took
Oh
at
yeah.
her baptismal and how proud she was. It was a genuine aura coming off of the stepmom.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mhm.
she's gonna have a much better future
Mm-hmm.
with her, and she's gonna pour that love into her. Every little girl needs that feminine love, unconditional and corrective love.
Mhm.
I'll never forget my grandmother was just exactly what I needed because my mom was emotionally bankrupt. She didn't have it. She didn't have it for us. So the resentment that's coming off of Ariane, you know, she's gonna wind up competing with her own daughter.
Yeah. That's what I got out of that when she was picking that coat up for Paris. She picked that coat out and said, "Oh, I'm gonna get me one like this too." That let me know, number one, she was jealous over Paris. Number two, she in competition. Not Paris. Not Paris. What's the girl? The daughter name? The oldest daughter name? Mariah.
Mariah.
Yeah,
All
she
right.
picking out that coat, and I think that was a coat that Martell wanted for her. She told her she wanted one, and she gonna buy her one too. Competition with a competition with that little girl. And Clam God said, "I hate areas around male kids. I hate it too. I just hope this tape right here about normalizing little kids having with grown men that this right here would could get her away from these children. Period."
And that's why she deserves to have a CPS case against her, because that would also be pulled up in the system. If she has a CPS case about the stuff that she's been saying all over social media about A being young children and A being 8, 9 year olds, I'm sure that he would the judge would find that interesting. Oh, she has a CPS case for this. Okay, that would even push him more to keep her away from them.
And thank y'all because it didn't pop on my head till I saw
Please.
one of the subscribers said that she need to be reported, and definitely I will. I'm gonna do it, and then I'll make
I'm
sure.
backing you, and I'm backing you
Okay, I'm
all
gonna
the
come
way.
on live once I do it. What's the day, Saturday, Sunday? I'm gonna do it Monday. I'm
I'm
gonna do
backing.
it Monday morning when they open. I sure am.
You need a signature. I am there. I'm
Now,
backing it.
real quick, if I may, I'm gonna step a little over with my boundaries. Y'all put some love on Black Titanic's Cash App. Let's do, because this is, we need to talk about this. And she's bringing us good commentary, boots on the ground, footage. It's cold out there, it's rainy sometimes. Let's show a little love to her Cash App, y'all. I'm getting ready to do it right now. I just wanted to
Thank
throw that
y'all
out.
so much. I sure need it.
Throw a little love at her. She's been taking care of her grandbaby, and these ladies been very busy, and they bring us good content. They let us come hang out. They're always here for us when we need good advice. Let's show some love on the Cash App. Black Titanic.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna put my cash up in. So Miss Sharnice said, who touched Paris? Allegedly, what other man is around her? We don't know that. All we know is what Arian said. We're going by what Arian said. This ain't no gossip made up from the street. This is what Arian said, right? This is what Arian told that blogger that hotel had touched her.
Right. That's the
And
one
then,
person.
yeah, that's that person. That's the person she said touch her. I ain't bringing no other man in there. That's what she said. Now, check this out. After she said it, right? It didn't go the way she wanted to go. I don't know what she thought we were going to have sympathy for her or something. But she turned around and said, well, Melody did it. They turned around. She said, "Oh, somebody said Melody did it." She told the blogger to say Melody did it. Why they say Melody did it? Because Martell was spending so much time with her, and they was divorced. They were divorced when this came out. But that's how she spent it. Ain't nobody heard nothing else but nothing. She ain't said nothing. She have been coming for. She been everywhere, all over the world, on everybody's platform, defending Montel honor, but never defending her little girl Paris over this accusation with Hotel and Paris. Alleged accusation. No, she has not.
And even if she don't admit to it, she done said enough. She done said enough to make anybody know that something is going on. It don't take a rocket scientist to put two and two together. This man has a DV charge on him, and saying that if he'll let his children on social media if he can inflict corporal punishment. So it don't take two and two people to put two and two together.
Hey,
She don't
y'all.
have to admit it. She said enough.
That's another thing too. Was I thought I heard when didn't they order him not to be washing the kid's mouth with soap out or
Right.
some kind of was it soap? What was it?
Soap, hot sauce, hot sauce. You can't use hot sauce,
Yeah,
soap.
Oh
Put
hot
my
sauce.
soap in their mouth.
God!
He
Because he
put
was
in
putting hot
effect.
sauce on their finger or something or on their tongue
Yeah,
Oh my
right before
God!
he struck, right before he attacked little Tank Tank.
yeah,
He was doing the hot sauce stuff.
yeah.
And that's what escalated up to the back scratcher thing.
Mhm.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
Because remember, Mel had that one judge that kind of leaned more toward hotel. And she was kind of defeated because it was like the judge kind of didn't do anything. But then they went back again and it stuck a little bit harder the second time around. So he was ordered to not see them for those 56 days.
Yeah,
And he only leaned on Melody on I think on the fact that he needed to be able to reach out to her, be able to contact her. If he needed to
Right.
call
He,
her or reach out to her, and not ignoring the fact that he was harassing her and he's not texting her about the
right.
kids. He's texting her about them getting back together.
Hmm.
So I don't know what kind of judge this is. The judge should have been disbarred because he's harassing her. But I don't think, honestly, I don't think no judge can make her talk to him. She can buy one of those, what do you call those disposable phones, track phones. I don't know if no judge can make her give him her cell number. Because
well,
Melody,
After this, I don't think any judge would do that. If
right,
anything, they'll be like, yeah, talk through the app, the
ex-
visitation app,
exactly. That's what I was
whatever like
thinking.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, I was thinking that they should have that app where it's monetized. So whatever I'm not monetized. I'm saying monetized. It's monitored, so that
Hmm.
anything he puts on that app, he ain't supposed to put is a strike against him. Like a child, I forgot what you call that app. The same app you said, Queen.
Yeah.
App
It's
you
a
said.
it's a co-parenting app. They
Yeah.
have different names for different states,
Yes.
but it's just like a WhatsApp type of
Right.
thing.
okay.
And
Thank you
and
so much, Queen. This you gave me the cash app.
yeah.
It came on my phone. It don't come on here. So thank you so much. And if anybody else put any cash on there, I don't see it. But thank y'all. I'm thanking y'all ahead of time. This means so much to me, you guys. It really
Mhm.
do.
Some
And
love on
then
the cash app.
let me read this, y'all. My thought said, I don't know what's going on with the court system
Hmm.
in Alabama, but they need to know that they can be sued by the federal courts. Yes.
That's
They
right.
better get those children out of harm's way. Their mom is dangerous. And Melody may have to go through the federal courts because
Right.
in order to get justice done for the little girl that even after the DNA came back, the baby was here. They wouldn't take that man out of the household. It looked like our fight. It was me against everybody in the family had turned their backs on me. They called me they called me a troublemaker because I was telling on this person. Yeah, everybody at church turned their backs on me, but I did the right thing. So don't, I did the right thing because it happened to me. It happened to me, and ain't no little children gonna be around me, come to me and tell me that they were violated, and I don't do nothing. Even if they faking it, 99% of the time they don't be faking it, but at least it had to be checked in to see somebody has to step in and try to save these children. And that little helper right there, that little trash box, this still ringing in my ears. Them little kids she talking about sucking on these grown men's. That thing just crawling all on my skin. It make me want to do something to that girl.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that on TV, but it just make you wanna, hey,
Mhm.
what are you doing?
Mhm. Hmm. That
Yeah.
that would help out a lot. And then Melody would have a CPS report of that girl. That would definitely seal the deal for
Yeah.
her. That would definitely seal the deal for her.
Yeah. Yeah.
Something just a sick minded little girl in a woman's body. Period. Just sick.
Very sick, sick. And this what she get me when she always talking about she was so young. How the hell you talking about some you damn young and you already had a baby?
Right.
You had more than what Melody had. You was already more experienced than Melody. You were older than Melody was when you met this man.
Right.
Yeah. Plus you had a baby and had a ex whatever you want to call him. Welcome, Melanated Energy. Hey, young lady, how you doing?
Hello.
Hi, Miss
Hello.
Titanic. Hi, Cheryl. Hi, panel. How are y'all?
How you
I'm
doing?
good. Thank you. How
Hey,
you doing?
Chat and Mods. I wanted to add to it, but I didn't want to stop anybody that was contributing at the moment. Am I good?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
All right. So what I wanted to add to the conversation is that there's a little history with women, the European continent and the study of women having mania. Um, Back when Freud, there was a psychoanalysis before Freud that was studying, the hysteria, like they was having hysteria, not mania, hysteria. So it's a bunch of women all across the European continent, over here on the States. They was white women that was suffering from hysteria. They wanted to know why was so many white women coming down with hysteria. So the first psychoanalyst, I forgot his name, he did the study and he reported that the women was being sexually abused. They banned him, did not allow him to push that narrative. So Freud came out and he did the research study, and he came up with they was being sexually abused by men in their family.
SA.
They essay and all those people that was them white men that was in the top spaces. They told him that he had to that his research was wrong, and they shamed him. They made him even go back and reanalyze and make up something else that was going on. But that was the common theme, was that these women was being essayed by the men in their family and made to be, was gaslit to be, made to be thought that they was just crazy. But that was the reaction that they was having to the, essaying that they was receiving, that they just, started losing their mind. Fast forward to the southern states. I believe that the government still adopt those same principles, because it seems like the women don't have no rights out there, and that they're made to be looked at as not human, and they don't have no rights, and the men have all the rights to do whatever they want to do to them. And it's not until you go to the federal government to where you could basically receive any kind of justice. And it's I remember in New York, they had to take the board of education and put it on trial for the practices they was doing. That's why it moved over to the Department of Education. I'm assuming I believe that the Alabama government needs to be brought on trial
Hold on. Hold on, Melanated. Hold on, Cheryl.
Yes.
I gotta go to the little girl room, so I need you to take over while
Okay.
I can. All right, go ahead on Melanated.
No problem. So I'm just thinking it's so many cases. If you go into their history, I know there's so many cases of people not having rights. All the way back to the Tuskegee Airmen experiment. Black people don't got no rights out there. They had them 50 years later after they found the cure for syphilis. They still had them, being, used for research purposes, and spreading that throughout their family, just to watch and see. It was basically intentional, and it was a targeted, discriminatory attack they was using against them. How much, how much do people got to go through before, they're brought up to speed with not allowing these type of practices to be happening, especially to women now. Now it's just women. Now everybody gets to take a target at women, and don't be a black woman. That's like a double minority, triple minority,
Right. And I agree with Tay. Tay wrote, my girlfriend worked for DFAS in Birmingham. She said Mel has to file for a protection abuse order, and his tail is grass. It covers everything. She can move, and it protects her and the children. Yeah, that's a good point, Tay Tay. That's a good point. Hopefully she can do that. You know, because I mean, there has to be a way to get this dirty, low life girl away from Mel's children. There has to be CPS protect something. CPS report her something. I'm backing Miss Black Titanic with it. Period. You know,
I
it's
ain't gonna lie,
sick.
like I was thinking the same thing Tay Tay was saying, like way back when, the whole thing happened with Tank. Like, why wasn't criminal charges pressed, you know what I'm saying, for the incident that took place?
Hmm.
This,
That's what blew me, says I
right,
couldn't believe that judge did not directly address what the child said on the record.
right.
It just blew my mind. I'm like, and he's still allowed to tab them for an entire week by
And
himself?
it's what the children are saying now. The children are saying that they don't even want to go over there to Martell until he stopped hitting them. This is what they're telling their mother. He
Let me
should
tell
not be
you,
allowed to be around those children. Him, or I don't care if he is the father. He should not be allowed to be around those children. Martell is a walking time bomb at this point.
Yep. He's
my
dangerous.
I was just thinking, like, I know here in New York, if something was to happen and you don't press charges, the state will pick it up. But you have
Mhm.
all rights to press charges. Like,
Right.
it
Gloria,
shouldn't have to be the family court judge to press that. It's two different courts: criminal court and family court. One is
Yeah.
civil and one is criminal.
Gloria Thompson was said his name was Silas Ware Mitchell. He was from Philly. Silas Ware Mitchell. Who's that, Gloria? His name was Silas Ware Mitchell. He was from Philly. Who's that? Can you write who that is? Silas. But something needs to be done as soon as possible. Something needs to be done as soon as possible. Now she's on here talking about uh, AB and children and stuff. It's going too far. Something has to be done. Something has to be done. Right in. Something has to be done. Seriously, because Mel's children could be at stake around this weirdo, this piece of piece of trash. She's hanging on under those. She's around those kids. I'm surprised Martell is even allowed to be around those kids. Don't he have to get a psych evaluation or something? He shouldn't be around those kids until he get the psych evaluation. I'm sure he didn't get it. I'm sure he didn't even go.
I think they give like a little window of time, you know, to get it done, like 90 days, 60 days, depending on the severity of, the reasoning behind that order. So he might wait, just like when he was squatting. He might wait till the
Hmm.
last minute, if at all. But at least he finally did move, even though he overextended his stay when Fletcher was trying to help
Fletcher,
him out.
yeah.
And so he probably doing that because what it was early January, he just got the order to get it done right after the DV.
Hmm.
They locked his butt up
Hmm.
and he got out, and he's probably at the tail end of the time frame he need to get it done because
Right.
that was we pushing up on 60 days.
Right. And then on top of this lawsuit that that he has on him with the couple that he scammed, I mean, how
Yeah,
can a judge overlook all this stuff that Martell is doing? I mean, I don't know what
mhm,
kind of judges they are, but they need to be disbarred because you can't just keep
absolutely.
overlooking what this man, all the crazy and horrific stuff that he's doing, especially to his children.
They probably not looking at it because there's no criminal charges being pressed. I think that's why they that where they could say that they could stand on. She didn't press no criminal charges,
Well, he was arrested. He was arrested.
but he
You
was
can't,
arrested for that. He wasn't
right,
arrested for the kids.
right. But my thing is, once a woman press charges about DV, he's not supposed to be around those children. Once
Not
you
unless he's convicted, because you could be accused and you shouldn't, have. That's how the law works. You know what I'm saying? But if it's directly happening to the child, then it could be like, action could be taken.
Right, because I mean he did commit it when he put his hands on Tank. So
Right.
he
So
did
if
do it.
she didn't press no criminal charges, and the
Mhm.
judge, how biased they are, you got to give
Yeah.
yourself some backup.
Right. All he got is 56 days of not seeing them. That's all he got. I don't know what kind of system Alabama's. I don't know what kind of system this is. This is
It's the
they're
same way
sloppy.
here in North Carolina, good old boy state.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing with intellectually disabled people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, my son was profiled by a random Becky, and he was actually arrested, but they let him out on his recognizance. Never been arrested before in life, ever. That
Mm-hmm.
that that boy never gave me any trouble in high school or junior high. Never had a detention, nothing. And we moved to the state below the Mason Dixon line,
Mm-hmm.
right to Trump Alley, and my son is facing was facing a federal charge, first degree burglary.
Mm-hmm.
No evidence, right? Nothing. No evidence of forced entry, none of that. They don't care. They want to force their narrative just to that same stereotype. Same
Mm-hmm.
thing. Jim Crow, same thing. It's a social experiment to see how many times they can lock us up before we snap and do something to be in there for good.
Simply
You know,
Beautiful said, where's she at? Simply Beautiful said he was ordered to get the evaluation in December.
December. Okay, I was a little bit
And
off
then
on that.
she's asking, when is he due back in court for the DV? I heard, I mean, I don't know if that's for the DV, but I know in April they're due to go back. In April, simply.
Yeah.
Uh, Robert Run, Robert Running is saying Martell has gotten away with way too much, in my opinion, and allegedly, I've never
Mhm.
seen anything like it. Me neither, Rabbit Run. I have never seen nothing like. But he's not really getting away. He's not getting away. He gonna get his. Trust me.
Oh yeah.
He's not getting away with anything. He think he is. He's not. Who else?
Okay, I'm back, y'all, and thanks for holding
Hi,
it
Shirley
down for
Terry. Hello,
me.
Shirley Terry.
Welcome back.
Welcome back,
Yeah.
Mama. Hello, Shirley Terry.
So I'm going to read this. My thought says if the case is pending, there should be a no contact clause. He should not be around Mel's kids or little Chucky.
Not
Yeah,
little.
that's.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Mhm.
True. He's that little Chucky.
True
Okay.
that though. That's
It's
facts.
true. It's true.
That's facts.
So Rabbit's Running said, "Hey, Clown God, it's all very strange to me. Guess this is what people call kangaroo court, in my opinion, and allegedly, and shaking my head.
Kangaroo
Y'all,
court. That's
y'all
it.
know this that judge name is Judge Allison. So she specialized in all kinds of abuse, and
Mm,
including child abuse too. So that they
Mm-hmm.
switched them to her. So maybe she'll have a better outcome with
yeah.
Miss Allison.
That was a good move. I'm sure her attorneys line that chess move up. There's lots of those good attorneys. They're gonna petition to docket a judge that's in favor of whatever they're trying to prosecute,
Hmm.
or whatever they're bringing alleging, I should say, because they're not prosecutors. That's civil. It's a mixture now though, because you got criminal with the DV and the civil with the whole, visitation stuff.
Hmm.
So he done made a mess, child.
All right, and that
That's all I
prevention.
got to say. He stirred up a big pot of caca, and they gonna have to drink it down slowly with a straw. Period.
Mm-hmm.
I
And
don't
that
feel
Yeah,
sorry for one of
he,
them.
he was. Mel said, "You don't get to start this war."
that's right.
Oh,
That's
and
right.
think you go quit?
Hell yeah.
Nobody,
And
no.
Right.
remember that pretty little short she did? She looked dressed up like a Barbie doll. She said, "I'm about to it up."
Hmm.
Yeah,
Remember that?
Yeah.
She meant it.
Mhm. She
Here
said,
we
"Don't start
go.
the fight. Don't start the fight if you can't win the war."
yeah.
Yeah.
He go.
Start
Let me read what Clem God said. Said it's sad, but little Chucker lives up to his name,
True that. True
and he
that.
looked like him too. Y'all
yeah.
know how Chucker be running with that brown on his face.
I'm telling you. Huh.
Yeah.
He can look just like little Chucky, man. Yeah.
And it's really sad
It's
because I can
sad, but
relate to that feeling The
What happened?
expression on little diabetes face, I can relate to that energy because I remember that feeling when I was in preschool. I was terrified. And I just was blessed because I had the anointing of my grandmother, and I was a sensitive child. I like being a good little girl. I don't know growing up, but
Mm-hmm.
it just was, I was so sensitive. I just didn't have the desire to act out.
Mm-hmm.
And the balance from my grandmother, but I know that energy because inside I was screaming.
Yeah.
And boys, it shows up different in boys and girls sometimes. So being that he didn't have the balance of trash box teaching him and fathering him. That's why she can't control him. You seen when he was just an arm baby, he was having little fits and temper tantrums and stuff like that. Head butting her, before he could really even crawl good. You know what I mean? That's fear a lot of times. And toddlers can't express like we do.
And kids
So that's
see
his
when the
expression. He's frustrated.
kids do what they see. They also do what they see too.
That's
He
right.
done saw Martell strike her many times, and he's only doing
Many.
what he see Martell do.
That's right.
Kids see stuff. And they think kids don't pick up. Their little minds are like a computer. They
Mhm.
absorb everything like a sponge. They never forget stuff. So a lot of stuff he have seen this no good low life so-called father of his do. And he's repeating it.
Right. I don't get the disconnect with him though, because he had an absentee jailbird prison pigeon father.
Mm-hmm.
Like, why would you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You didn't get the empathy from having children within the union and to see how you got so outside of yourself. You just sold your soul and released everything you held. Where's the disconnect? Why would you want your children to feel that same thing you felt?
Because he's a narcissist. They don't feel anything. Nothing.
Crazy.
Nothing. They don't feel nothing. It's this. I was saying before that it's this man called Leon Walker who's a content creator, and he's a recovering narcissist, and he's in therapy for it 5 years, and he was touched by his babysitter. He said that she took his virginity at 8 years old,
Mm,
and he was more like explaining how the narcissists are formed, some kind of
yeah.
childhood trauma. Most likely,
Hmm.
Martell probably did have some kind of childhood trauma, because he said he was touched at 8 years old. She took his virginity at 8 years old, and his narcissism was formed from there. From there, and he said he grew up. He hated brown women. He grew up hating brown women, and he been in therapy for about 5 years. And he said
Yeah.
he AB'd women. He said he was a no good father. He was a no good husband. He was a no good boyfriend. He said he thought he was the most important person in the world. He's explaining all the narcissist things that he did.
Yeah.
You
I
know.
like
Is
that
he
channel. I
gay?
love this
Is
channel.
he
Oh, you know
gay?
what I'm talking about? You know what I'm talking about?
Mental health. Yeah. Hmm.
Yeah. I'm telling you, it's a few of them on there too. A few
Hmm.
men that was either in narcissist relationships or are narcissists.
Yep.
And they talk about it, and it sounds so much like Martell when he describes, how he was no good for the wife, and he was no good for his kids, and he was he was just no good. All the signs of narcissism that he committed.
Sorry, y'all.
Oh, it
Oh,
scared me.
well,
Yeah, it's interesting listening to. It is more interesting listening to actual narcissist.
The
He was
Confessions of a
diagnosed with it,
Narcissist.
huh?
Hmm.
The Confessions of a Narcissist.
Yeah, he was diagnosed with it. He said, he said he didn't realize that he was even abused. I mean, AB'd until he was 46 years of age. Then he realized it.
I,
You
what
know,
I want, what I want to know is the fact that he abused and did so much, despicable, dirt to females. I'm assuming that did he confess that he's homosexual?
well, he never said anything about that, but he was saying that he never physically AB'd women, but he said he would mentally and emotionally AB them,
Right,
mentally and emotionally. But he never said he was never he said he got a lot of home gay friends. You
right.
know,
That's what I'm saying. I believe that that's what he is, and that I think that's a what they call that dual diagnosis. Like I think not that that's a mental illness, but I believe that his oppression of that probably added to it. His narcissism.
He mainly said how much hate he had for brown women, how much he hated women because a woman violated him at a young age, and he hated women, which is why he grew up with the narcissistic illness, and that's why he AB'd women. He said he even mentally and verbally AB'd his kids.
Yeah, that's what see. Like, but the kids ain't violating him, so why is he doing that to the kids?
Well, I mean, listen, I don't really know the
Right,
disease like that, but I mean, at 8 years old, if somebody took your virginity at 8 years old, and this babysitter was 8 years older than him.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, that's a childhood trauma if I ain't never seen it.
Yeah, I agree.
He said his uncle touched him too. His uncle was touching him too at a young age, and he never knew why. You can go to his channel. His name is
No,
Leon
I
Walker.
did when you said it last time. I went over there to check it out. I did. I definitely did.
So what do you
I
think?
didn't watch none of the videos though.
Oh, okay, yeah, but I wanted an idea of why they think and do the things that they do, and just I was just curious, why do they do the things they do? And when he said he was diagnosed with not being a narcissist, I just wanted to get a good idea of what we're dealing with when it comes to this doggone low life Martell. Martell must have had some kind of childhood trauma. Something happened.
I agree. I definitely agree.
Because Marlene said it on the yacht. Remember? I mean, in Destin, that you were always too busy. He was working 2 jobs. Sit down somewhere. Go play.
And he was bullied.
Stop
He
whining.
was young. He was bullied.
Yeah.
Something
And
bad
his
happened.
stepfather ignored him. Never went to a game. His stepfather totally made sure that he felt invisible. That was a form of abuse. I mean, especially if he lives in the same household, like, and you're a man and I'm a boy, and you totally ignore me. That's terrible.
And that's why I appreciated the video that Leon Walker did, because at least he's admitting that he knows now what he is, and he's admitting he's trying to get help for it.
And I think that's encouraging for other men, that if they come across that video, that they would not be ashamed, to look into see why they are the way they are,
Right. He's more like an advocate. He's more like an advocate now, to let men know that this is only going to lead you down the wrong road, which led him. He said he stalked a woman for almost a year and a half when he was in that when he was in that narcissistic rage or whatever. He stalked a woman for almost a year and a half.
Martell got him beat by about like 3 years.
Yeah. And he was in the military too. Leon Walker was in the military. He went into the military, but he said he never realized he was AB'd until 46 years of age when he was diagnosed with it. So, I just want to get out there. What are we dealing with Martell? Because I mean, it's just crazy. What this man is doing.
Everybody that's keeping him insulated in his own, decline in his sight, his mental, decline. Everybody just like acting like it don't exist.
Enable him.
Yeah, that's adding to it. Like, what are they waiting for?
Right.
But ain't nothing wrong with my boy. And the fact that she calls him a boy, and that he turns around and says he needs somebody to provide and protect him. What?
Yeah, that said a lot right there, boy.
Yeah. And she called him
My
her boy.
mouth was on the floor when he said that, yo.
Mine too.
I was like, huh?
Let me
she
read
calls
this,
him
y'all.
a boy.
Let
His
me
mother
read this.
calls him a boy.
Hello.
Sorry.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
I want to read this. Sorry, melanated energy. I'll come back to you. Clem Guard said Martell has deep-rooted issue. Went away, y'all. Hold on. Martell has deep-rooted issues to base his entire marriage on oral sex. That's what I say, y'all. That's so immature.
Mm-hmm.
Your entire marriage is based on that. And then you mean it too. You serious about it. You going on from pole to pole. Every stage you could be on. Said that's why you had to divorce your wife. No, that's why you cheated. Oh Lord, cause you don't have no control over your sexual desire, a lack of control.
Hmm. To a
Take
degree, all of those husbands are narcissistic, because they're all very sexually immature.
yeah,
Very
Mm-hmm.
immature.
Mm-hmm. Leon Walker
That
said the same thing. That narcissist said the same thing. He had all kind of women. He said the same thing. He had all kinds of women. He said because they need to have a woman on the side at all times.
Got supply.
mhm.
Yeah. Got to have
I
that
was
Right, for their
supply.
supply. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Tay Tay said I was married to a narc. My son told me he thought his father had been so. His
Mm-hmm.
father has 25 siblings. Yeah.
Oh God.
This ninja told him he had. This is the kind of ish they do.
Mm-hmm.
He never told me. Oh my God. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Wow.
But
Mhm.
going back to what Miss Black Titanic said, that he divorced, he cheated on his wife because he didn't get oral sex. That is a childlike response, right? And then he said he wants to be protected and provided for. That's also a childlike, like you're speaking from a child's mentality. And
Mhm.
it's like so many things that where he's operating from, it seems like he's like a 12-year-old. Like he has the intellectual capacity of a 12-year-old.
And
Yeah, they
Martel.
see. Let me welcome Hannah to the
Oh,
stage.
Hannah said hi,
Hannah,
Hey,
go ahead.
how's it going? Thank you, Black Titanic. Hey, Cheryl and
Hannah. Hi,
Colin.
babe.
Hi,
Hi.
Hannah.
Panel and everyone. How y'all doing?
We good.
Good.
How
How
you
you
doing? We good.
doing,
How
I'm
you
sis?
doing
doing?
good. Yes, I just wanted to come up and thank Black Titanic and Pinky for providing us with that hot tea about Martell. A lot of people
Mm-hmm.
didn't know about it, but that's fine. So just keep on. We'll just keep on exposing him because him and Coleslaw keep opening their mouth. They open the door for this. Everybody needs to. I didn't hear the first part of the show, but I'm gonna go back and listen to it. But I'm pretty sure y'all got some good information. But we need to keep on exposing them because this most not the last video that she put out because I think the original Straight No Tracer put out another video, but the one before that where they exposed that stuff about Melody's childhood, allegedly, no, they gone too far. And like y'all said, what is going on with the family court system in Huntsville, Alabama? This is just ridiculous. That lady got over there and said all kinds of foul stuff, and they still let this woman around these kids. No. And then they see what that little boy be doing. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I had to go to court for my kids to explain why I don't want this woman around my children, I'm pretty sure they got evidence that that little boy was hitting that woman upside her head, kicking, screaming, throwing, doing all kinds of violence to, and he was only like 2 years old. This is nothing I made up. This is what we saw. I know Black Titanic did some videos on it when he did something to that dog because she Black Titanic. You remember that Black Titanic when you
Yeah,
did?
that dog Rocky. Hold
Yeah,
up, Rocky. Yeah,
he
Rocky.
did
Mm-hmm.
something to that dog.
I did a whole special on Rocky, y'all.
And then the first one you did about when he said he was scream, he Black Titanic had the face up there. That and he looked just like that Scream character. She had her kids watching that stuff. Ain't no way in the world I could watch that stuff. How what
Mm-hmm.
am I look like letting a 2-year-old child watch that kind of scary stuff?
But she a good mother though.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she a good mother. But
Yeah.
I know y'all say, and I know sometimes narcissists are, like y'all say, formed by childhood traumas like that. But
Mm-hmm.
sometimes these people are doted over by their parents,
Mm-hmm.
by
Mm-hmm.
people like that. And then when you tell them no, when they're a kid and you keep on letting them get away with it, what you think that's going to happen when they become an adult? They're gonna be if you tell them no, they're gonna act just like they did when they were a 2-year old, screaming and hollering and acting a fool with people. And then you can accept that in a 2-year-old child because they're not violent. I mean, they're not as big. And but somebody like Martel with all these muscles, and you tell him no, and then he react to you with all them muscles, it could be very, very dangerous. So this is what happened with these people. like
Well,
Marty.
I wish he would. I wish he was acting dangerous when that man approached him at the gym and told him he ain't gonna put his hands on allegedly, and in my opinion, on Ariana. Why he didn't show how dangerous he was then?
But they do it toward women though. They
Right.
they
They
know who
right.
the side the bread brown on. He ain't
Right.
no fool. He just he getting away with what people letting him get away with
Mm-hmm.
all this time. And that's the upsetting part about these women. And I'm so glad that lady from Memphis decided not to allow him to come on her platform. Maybe he couldn't come. I don't know, whatever the reason was, but people need to say no to this man. And the legal system needs to put his butt behind jail. So he got behind bars. He got away with that ATM heist. He got a slap on the wrist for that. And see, now he think he can get away with anything he wants. And I'm glad Melody had the strength to go on and file the charges against him because she said at first, she said she was basically she had never did it before. She was kind of afraid, but she had to do this to protect her children because the court system don't seem to be doing it unless I'm missing something. And somebody asked when is his court date? It should be March 14th for this criminal case.
Oh, I heard it was. I thought it was April.
No, I'm talking about the criminal case.
Oh, the criminal case. Oh, that's. Oh, okay. That's the revenge piece.
Yeah. Well, domestic violence.
Because really, right? Because revenge P is really a federal crime. She could take it there. She could take it there. She could take it federal because it is a federal crime. To be honest, she could take it there. She might have. We don't know. She might have.
I think now she alluded to something that she had some. Maybe it's more not of a criminal, but more of a civil case coming as well. Because I know she mentioned it during the the podcast because somebody actually asked that question. What about you got Martell on the chart? What about this lady? Basically, that's what the question was. And she said something and Black Titanic was, I don't know if she could remember exactly what she said, but she said something like, that's a different, I think she used the word legal. I can't remember. I have to go back and listen. But yeah, she did address it, but she didn't just come out and say she had a criminal case. It's almost like she got another. Maybe it's civil. I don't know.
Well, Hannah, Hannah? Thank you for coming forth and thanking us for the paperwork. Okay. But anyway, did you see this last video where Coleslaw really buckled down and went very low this time when she talked about the 10-year-old girls giving sucking on suckers with grown men?
No, I ain't see that.
You need to go back and look at it. She said 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18. She named these underage girls.
Sure did.
Her and Martelholt.
Yes, it just started as early as 9, somebody said, but I thought it was 10. She said sucking on, she said very vulgar too.
That mean that she sees her daughter doing that, God forbid.
I'm thinking she a pedo. She said
she has a daughter that age.
And see, that was her response, her comeback response. She said, yeah, I was in my feeling. Y'all don't know what she do to me. Speaking in terms of, I think she said male at 5 years old was violated. And she said, y'all don't know what she done did to me. Then she said, it ain't like y'all don't do at 10, 11, 12, 13, sucking on a man's wee-wee.
Lord mercy.
Yeah.
Wow, that is just outrageous.
Yeah, and I said I'm not gonna let this go. She told me some why don't we just move forward or something? No, you want us to move forward. You want us to forget about all that bullying you did. You want us to forget about the RP you did. That's why you telling us to move forward. Then had the nerve to say that she learned to clap back at us in a sophisticated way. And then
oh my God.
And they were following behind that with those little kids been violated.
Now, what this on a recent video she did?
Yeah, it just came out.
She was sitting in the car this time. She was allegedly waiting for her son's car. They were in the carpool line. And she went on with a big old word salad talking about how, what Black Titanic said, and then she was like, you know, we have a lot to talk about, me and my daughter, because it's not like you know little girls as young as 12 and 13. She just kept on going. She just kept on putting that foot further down her throat. And I think that's one of the main reasons why this alleged incident in the gym happened. I think he went up there to find her, to check her.
Wow. So
Yeah.
y'all believe that was true? What that some guy did have to break them up? I did see
I
that.
believe it. I believe it. I believe it because everywhere they go, they're fighting and arguing. They can't live in neighborhoods without fighting and arguing. Neighbors have called police on them for fighting and arguing. I believe it. I believe it. They
Yeah.
get arrested for fighting and arguing, or they was detained, or whatever he want to say.
Mhm.
I believe it. She came on live with her face all swollen up. He does put his hands on her. Her face was swollen. You can tell that he did something to her. Yeah, they do a lot of fighting and arguing. That's why they can't live. That's why they go from place to place. Because everywhere they go, they're fighting and arguing. Neighbors are calling police to get them out the neighborhood. They don't want him in that house he so-called built. The neighbors don't want him there either. Everywhere they go, they're being ran off. People don't want them in their neighborhood. All they do is fight and argue all the time.
I
And
And
let
tend
me,
to believe it
allegedly,
too. Yeah.
huh?
yeah, Little knocks in all of this, but let me read what Cherie says. She says, I do believe that Spider Baby has fecal alcohol syndrome. I studied the cases of the symptoms and he fits it. My thought says, Sharice Wiley, it may be fetal alcohol syndrome. If not, it sure is something. He's on the spectrum somewhere. Now go down here to Tay Tay. If Martell wasn't with AC, if Martell wasn't with AC the entire time, she was carrying Chucky. Ain't no telling what she doing or drinking. And that's the spirit she carried. Right. He wasn't with her. She said he came after she had that baby, but he was so mad at her he refused to be around her while she was pregnant.
Mm. There
And
you go.
I believe she
Okay.
was drinking during her pregnancy too. I believe she was drinking during her pregnancy too. I
Yeah.
believe it.
Yeah.
I do.
And other stuff too.
Other
Uh,
stuff too.
yeah.
Exactly.
Well, I'm
Mm.
getting ready to close, you guys. So it's only 3 hours. So you guys can start saying finalize everything. I'll start with you, Cheryl.
Well, we now know that this girl is a complete low life, bottom feeding 304 that need to be stopped and get her away from Melody's children. Whatever you want to do, Miss Bob Titanic, I am down with it.
Oh, Peter.
He's a pedo. Get her. She need to get away from Mel's children. They're not safe around her. And the last thing, they're already in therapy. The last thing they need is some psychopath like her hanging around. They got to get her out of the picture somehow. So, report her, whatever that needs to be done to get her away from Melody's children. Because she has no business around Melody's children. No business. And Martell, he ain't worth nothing. He ain't worth the ground he walk on. He does nothing to protect the kids. He never protected her. He want protection, but he never protect nobody. So
Ooh,
hopefully
Rick.
something can be done.
He won't protect you, but he don't protect nobody. Wow, that's great. Okay, Miss Queen.
I just, if you see something, say something. It's never too late.
Hmm.
Right. That's right.
Mhm.
Hannah.
yes, I'm with you too, Black Titanic. Whatever needs to be done, we need to just join together and not just, for Melody, but for women like her. Because I'm
Mm-hmm.
pretty sure if they're doing it to her, they doing it to other people in the family court system. So let's do something and get this taken care of because it's obviously something wrong. And I think that, and another thing I think is that maybe Martell is not allowed to have those kids around coleslaw right now until they go back to court. I don't know because she runs her mouth so much, but we'll see. I just pray that she can't be around those kids until they make a decision. I hope they don't be around Martell either. But that's their dad, but he needs to get it together. Until he get his life together, minimum contact is what he needs. in my opinion. But I'm on board for whatever. Thank you so much for letting me come up and join the chat. I enjoy it.
Thank you too. Okay, is that melanated energy left, y'all?
Yes, I think she
She
left.
dropped
She
off.
dropped by mistake or
Okay, well, I'm finna say goodbye, you guys, to
something. Have
everybody.
a
It's
great
over
night.
3 hours.
Have a great
I ain't
day.
never been on this long.
Have a great day, ladies, and
Have a
thanks
great day.
again,
You
Have a
too,
Black
great
everybody.
Titanic.
Y'all have a great day.
Be
Yeah.
blessed. Be safe, y'all.
Sure.
Okay,
Bye,
Maya.
Titanic. Bye.
Okay, thanks everybody for your cash app and super stickers, and thank you all my members. Thank you so much. Cheryl, thank you for co-hosting today.